più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adugino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adugino d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesco color, quel vermiglio d'onesco color. Non più avrai quei panacchini, quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante. Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adugino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adugino d'amor. Fra guerrieri può far bacco, gran bustacchi stretto sacco, schioppo in spalla, sciabla a fianco, collo dritto, muso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco cantante, poco cantante, poco cantante. Ed invece del fandango una marcia per il fango, per montagne, per valloni, con le nevi e salioni, al concerto di tromboni, di bombarde e di cannoni, che le porre tutti i tuoni all'orecchio fan fischiar. Non più avrai quei panacchini, non più avrai quel cappello, non più avrai quella chioma, non più avrai quell'aria brillante. Non più avrai farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girato, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adugino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adugino d'amor. Che robino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar, che robino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar.
Welcome to Relaxing by the Fireside.
You're also here, Cisco. Say things.
I am also here, and welcome everybody to the fourth. I was going to say annual, but
It's not annual. You
annual.
can't do it yearly. You do it yearly, you die. I think is the
fourth Polaris Port Relaxing by the Fireside, and to everybody that is about to feel the pain. You knew what you were signing up for, and your pain is nothing compared to the pain we've gone through
all week.
Searching for this stuff, because there's a lot of bad fan fiction out there.
There is, and that's that should be celebrated, as always. Yeah, Cisco's super quiet because he's on the other side of the microphone. I will probably be quite loud, so there you go. That's how this goes. Welcome, Tin. Yes, I will not make you read a word. You're absolutely safe. Koinu, yeah, I mean, as Hat says, buckle up, because you haven't been to one of these before.
It does get cray-cray. Oh no.
Why did you say that?
No. Why did I? What? No, I'm never doing that again. Just
right.
immediate regret.
I'm just sorting a few things out here. Cisco has his whiskey. So
I do. I have some delicious Japanese whiskey to ease the pain.
keep in mind you're nowhere near the microphone. You either have to move closer or you have to speak up
Fine, I've moved closer.
and lowered your voice some more.
How do you do, fellow kids?
I think you need to be closer to the microphone if you're going to do that. There you go.
How do you do, fellow kids?
All right. Soft jazz. Is that an appropriate volume, Cisco? Audio checker that you are?
Yeah, that's fine.
As you should be, Kainu. So, as some of you noticed, and some of you took a little too long to notice, the run-up to this is I generally quiz people, ask them what their favorite movie or TV show is, sometimes their favorite game, and then we use that as a blueprint to find nightmares for those people. And we hunt down some fiction written about that topic to read to you in all its glory. And you technically have only yourself to blame, as Matt will remember when he told me the Crystal Maze one year, and
Ooh, mumsy.
Cisco read a highly charged story about Mumsy and one of the female contestants on the show who got particularly
Wet.
damp in one of the Crystal Mazes games and needed to go to Mumsy to dry off. Unfortunately, she got wetter. It was what it was, and is what it is, and will be a part of Matt's life forever. So there you go.
Just to say, there are a couple of, well, there's at least one rule for reading this, which is that we read it as is written. We don't correct for spelling, grammar, or anything. It is the author's words as they put them on the page. I was about to say as they intended, but I think it's probably more as they put them on the page.
That's one of the rules. One of the other rules we came up with in recent years is we try and stay away from, and believe me, there is a lot of non-consensual stories, which some of you are probably screaming, this is non-consensual. Non-consensual acts in the stories. It's a huge marketplace for that out there apparently, and we try to stay well away from those. We don't read all of the stories all the way through because that would take out most of the, spontaneity and fun, in quotations fun, for us while we're reading. We try to skim some of them to make sure there's nothing backdoor racist in there. But anything can happen in any of the stories. We may have to stop them halfway through, which we've done in the past because they started getting a bit iffy.
Or just boring.
Or boring. Although we tend to try and look for ones that look like they're going to be full-blown excitement. Like, no punctuation is generally a good sign that it's going to be a trip to read. That's always one of them. Last year, Tin got scarred by saying she would join us, and we found a fiction from Star Wars The Old Republic, the game, because we all used to play that together, and her favourite pairing of Theron and Lana came up, and it wasn't what we thought it was, and halfway through she was explaining in great detail about twisting slippery nipples, and it just got worse from there. So I don't blame her for refusing this year, but we have found a story for her. We will read it to her, not have her read it because that would be mean, but Meeks has very generously, or inadvisedly, offered to read a story. You can all get very excited about that one. It's not going to be too long a story, because I wouldn't do that to Meeks, I'm not that mean, but that will happen later on. And one of the stories we found for Meeks, a Detroit Become Human story, I'm going to need his help. He's going to have to voice one of the characters. You'll have to do the other character, and Hat, if he's willing, can play the father. I don't remember the game well enough to know who this father is, or if it's, an original character to the fiction, but Hat will be daddy for you all in that one. You will hear me taking sips throughout the night because I will lose my voice because I'm going to be doing so much reading. So, I suppose we have Meeks and Hat just sitting there waiting, and we can get them in at any point. I'm trying to figure out how we should do this, if we should have them in throughout the entire thing, or if we should just bring them in for certain stories, or what do you reckon? Co-host Cisco, who's drinking whiskey.
I think we should bring them in for certain stories, because this is primarily a reading exercise.
It is very much so.
We can bring them in to talk about stories and to partake.
Don't want to be mean to anybody and make them have to do crap that they don't have to. We have to do all the crap, which crap it will be. So, I know Danny is hoping to get back in time. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. We do have a story for him lined up. We have a story for Most, I believe. And to round it off, a couple of non-fan fiction, so original works by authors that I'm a fan of.
Just to say, searching for this, I have to say I'm amazingly impressed and slightly scared by some of the dedication of fanfic authors. And obviously we're picking out some ones that we think are humorous, but there's a lot of work and effort that goes into a lot of these things, and a lot of love, and then there's a certain amount of respect there. It takes a hell of a lot of love to write a 450,000 word story, which is the Lord of the Rings if the Doctor from Doctor Who was Aragorn. One of the ones I found.
We're not reading that tonight.
No. Oh God, no.
I'm
just saying that 450,000 words is an insane amount.
It is.
That is quite possibly as long as the books.
There was also one with the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, in the Marvel universe, fighting Thanos, but all the Marvel characters were all Muppets.
Yes. And
it's fine. It's all good. One thing we will be doing, as we always do, is leaving the author their kudos. I will leave a positive comment on each story that we read to encourage the person to continue. We don't want anybody, leaving any negative things or making fun of any of them, more than we unfortunately will be doing. Because yes, as Cisco says, it should all be celebrated, even more so now, because unlike previous years, one thing we found this year is that a lot of the fiction sites are just filled with AI generated crap. People just prompting whatever service and then copy and pasting the resulting, in quotation, story.
And as bad as some of these are, they are nowhere near as bad as AI slop.
Yeah, what a world we live in, huh? Where that has to be a concern. Okay, well, like I said, Koinu, Agent, you haven't been around for one of these before. We apologize, and we hope at least you have some fun. Bing! The book. And the book title of our first story. What do I say about our first story? Well, there was an author from past episodes of Relaxing by the Fireside whom we adored, and I was very happy to see that they were continuing, and they've moved to Wattpad, which, what does anybody need to know about Wattpad, other than it's where all the teens go for all their celebrity crushes. I was looking up a Warframe story for Matt and Meeks, and inexplicably it was with Andrew Garfield,
Because why not?
and we don't know enough about Warframe to know how much of the lore of Warframe was in it, but there was an awful lot of Andrew Garfield going on a date with the self-insert reader lady. And
There is a surprising amount of Andrew Garfield porn and a fanfic.
And some very, very weird ones where... Do you remember that one where it was Andrew Garfield's sister was dating Tom Holland? But
Vaguely, yes.
it was an Andrew Garfield fiction. And the original character in this place, self-insert or not, was friends with Andrew Garfield, but the whole thing was about the fact that his sister was dating another actor playing Spider-Man, and she had to nurse his ego through the fact that he was no longer the concurrent Spider-Man. And that, we've read a lot of stuff.
Yes.
We may never be the same. Yeah.
Well, one thing I noticed this year is that there's a strong prevalence or strong occurrence of people rewriting entire stories, but with a different cast. And there was a Voyager one, but it was with, I can't remember which other show. It was like a cast of a soap opera replacing the crew of Voyager.
I didn't see this one.
There was a lot of them. A lot of that. As I said, there was a Lord of the Rings with the Doctor.
You're watching your TV show and you go, you know what would make this better? Is if this entire different cast was in it. Wouldn't that be so much better? Anyway, we wanted one not too heavy to start off with, so we will start off with a little tale called Werewolf. You already know what you're getting in for with the spelling of that title. It's not a long story. It's an original tale from an old favorite of ours. So, everybody relax, get comfortable, get a drink, much like Cisco or myself. And we will take you through the tale of the werewolf. And yes, my chair will creak and you will hear it because the microphone is fairly close to me. Okay, is the sound okay for everybody? Should anything be turned up other than the pain? You ready, Cisco?
I am ready.
This one, I said an easy one. This one has little to no punctuation and it's just a giant block of text, so... Here we go.
So you've got to get through this all in one breath. No pauses.
Well, even the punctuation, if you look, there's no space after it, so it's just one run-on line. Okay. Here we go. It was a very cold night in England in year 1756. Everyone was running to their houses as fast as they could to get warm. Meanwhile, the heartless, evil person named Michael, who loves to murder innocent people in England, one day, when Michael was stabbing a woman, local police officer heard the scream come from the alley. The officer ran to the scream, which he found Michael drinking the woman's blood that he stabbed. When the officer told Michael, "What is this?" Michael replied, "I was very very much thirsty, mate," then laughed while drinking some more of the woman blood. The officer grabbed Michael, threw him in a cell which there was no windows and no one to talk to. Michael went to bed and closed his eyes when a strange voice told him that, "What is a desire wish you would like to receive, my child?" Michael replied while he was sleeping. "I would want to leave this hell of a cell so I could do much more damage to my worthless life." The strange voice told Michael, "That shall come true, my child." But when Michael told the voice, "What are you?" the voice replied, "The question would not help you get out of the situation, my child. Now count to 20 and wait till full moon occur." When Michael awoke up, the next laughed very loudly while looking at the moon, waiting for it to be full. The next night the full moon occurred, and Michael was turning into a beast called Werewolf, which gave him the string to pull the bars and run off into England, which he howled and ate as much people as he could. The officer that took Michael into the cell saw the werewolf. He grabbed his rifle and shot 10 rounds into the body, which the werewolf was hurt very badly and ran into the woods. The next morning a group of officers went into the woods to find the werewolf that was once Michael, but there was no clue where he could be. The only thing the group can do is prepared for a fight the next time the beast came to town.
The end.
The end. Whew, well, my heart is racing because that was spoopy. Oh.
I have to say kudos on doing that in 2 chunks, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, I took a brief break in the middle. Now,
that was a great start.
Werewolf, wonderful start. One other thing that I've noticed of all these, and in the comments, obviously we're going to leave positive comments. In the comments, there are just bots everywhere.
Yes, you get them all the time.
I am a professional paid commission artist who turns stories into visual formats like comics, mangas, and animation styles. I really like your work. Completely convinced that it'll be a perfect, that sort of thing. So, we will leave them a positive and tell them to continue on with their work.
Last updated 5 days ago.
Oh yeah, this was fairly recent. I'm
this
glad
is
that they're still
hot
going.
off the press.
I am so glad that they're still going, quite honestly.
And I don't know, no notes? Do you have any notes for them?
No. Keep going. Churn out more. You can only you only get better at things by doing and continuing to do them, and I hope they never stop, because exactly, Matt, absolute literature.
And definitely, you can be 100% certain that was not AI.
No. Danny says he will be here before the stream ends. Hold off on his story as long as we can. Well, we'll see what happens, and we'll see where we get to. Now, Siska, you also found a bunch of stories for this. How do you want them placed into the evening?
Well,
do you want them random? Have you got ones specific for specific times?
I don't have any for any specific times except one which I thought would go near the end of stream.
Okay.
Simply because it's a callback. It's another one where we read an earlier one, and it was a pretty iconic one.
Is this a sequel?
I don't want to give any spoilers. Technically, it's a prequel because it was written 2 days beforehand. We just didn't find it last time. But I found it, and I found the original. It is a crossover. I don't want to go more than that.
That's fine.
I could probably say Doctor Who, and nobody would know. Nobody would remember the original from just saying that it's a Doctor Who crossover with some other IP. And interestingly, Doctor Who is the most crossover character there is, as far as I can tell. Always very high up there. Whatever IP you pick, Doctor Who is being crossed with it.
Well, I think you have Tumblr to thank for that. The Super Who-lock generation, if you will.
Yeah, but Supernatural and Sherlock don't cross over quite as much. People like, I think it's probably because the Doctor Who's easier to cross with things because he can just pop up wherever he bloody well likes.
Easily, Kainu. There'll easily be a Doctor Who and Shrek crossover. Easily. Speaking of Kainu, he is new to this torture. I did ask him what his favourite TV show was at the time, and he did give me it, something I was not that familiar with at all. I know he watched some of it while here. I did not. But of course I will do my best to honour that. That's the official title of it.
That is a long title. And very descriptive.
No, you know what? The whole thing.
No, that's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. It's going to be a pain to put in the box.
I was going to say, this was always part of the fun of doing one of these. Look at that. Right.
You're laughing. Stream can't see that yet.
Stream can't see what we're fighting with here. Okay. No.
You need
That's
to do
still
a
not
third
going to fit.
line.
That's still not going to fit.
Do one after the colon and then one or woman.
And a woman.
Yeah, that I think that roughly works.
That roughly fits in the box. Okay, Kainu. Get ready, sir, because this one's for you, obviously. A small tale called The New Tower, Investigator, and a Woman Scientist. Okay, it starts here. Right, I will do my best. I don't know what the characters sound like, but I'm sure I can figure it out as I go. Okay, so The New Tower, Investigator, and a Woman Scientist. The interior of the limousine is luxurious, with all the comforts that modern times allow and some custom applications. The limousine has a U-shaped sofa that can accommodate 15 people comfortably inside. Currently sitting in the chair are two unique animals and two equally unique people. The first animal is a female crow with a silver beak and talons. The crow's name is Carmen the Crow. Imagine that. And she is sleeping inside a cage. The second animal is a strange mutant ferret-like creature, reminiscent of Kudamon from the Digimon cartoons. Her name is Asuka Vitria, and she is lying on her back in a cozy cat bed. Finishing the introduction, let's move on to the two important people. The first is Bruce Bahamut Belmont. Bruce is a 17-year-old boy. He's underage. 171 centimeters tall with a slim and thin physique. Her face... Okay, sure. Her face has soft, delicate features, thin eyelashes, and an androgynous structure, reminiscent of Artoria Pendragon or Morgan Le Fay. These two traits can easily pass as a girl. The colour of her skin is bright milky white, smooth and free from imperfections. Bruce's hair is currently black, held in a short ponytail and long bangs over his left eye. The right eye is light and grey in colour. As usual, Bruce wears a dapper detective noir-themed suit. The suit consists of black boots, black trousers, a red belt, white shirt, black button-down vest, a crimson tie, black gloves, and a long, dark red coat. The second person is Amelia Blight. Amelia is a 19-year-old witch from the Boiling Isles with ivory-coloured skin and long, pointy ears. Amelia is a very tall young woman, being 181 centimeters tall with slim, curvy build. That's exclusively... it's fine. And excessively developed breasts.
Oh, no.
Its three dimensions are... you ready? Bust 100, waist 66, and hips 90. Amelia has neon yellow dyed hair that reaches mid-back with bangs styled in a Heim cut. Amelia's smooth face is graced by her long eyelashes, high cheekbones, and large emerald green eyes. She wears a diamond-shaped headband on her head. Where else would she wear it? With a single flower decorated with yellow, black, and red gemstones. Amelia wears a yellow turtleneck, which is a high-necked, close, tight-fitting sweater, if you didn't know what a turtleneck was. Over the sweater, he wears a jacket that is half black, half red, and a hood with extensions that resemble a jester's hat. If anyone is wondering if this jacket is inspired by Harley Quinn, the answer is yes. I need to drink.
Okay. We know the answer.
Okay. The answer is yes. Plus, the jacket is a gift she received from Bruce, so Amelia wears it very often. Do you need more whiskey
I need
already?
more whiskey, yes.
You're not even reading this one. Okay. Finally, Amelia wears good quality jeans and yellow boots. Alright, who's this speaking? Alright, this is Amelia apparently. I apologize to coin you. So, this is the famous New York City, home of the Earth's greatest heroes, Amelia said, looking out of the window of the limousine at the view. Oh no. Okay, here we go. New York is yet another city full of crazy people in costumes with expensive toys and or powers. There are places like this all over the world, Bruce said, knowing that there are superheroes like this all over the world. Earth is a... Oh no, it's Amelia again. Earth is a unique place, and so is its inhabitants, Amelia declares, loving the blue planet. Why doesn't he... Okay. Amelia, I'll admit that Earth itself is a pretty okay planet, but you're overestimating humanity. Most humans are nothing special, Bruce comments, considering himself a realist and not thinking that humanity is anything special. I find it very interesting that the human magic is degrading, and at the same time humans are developing abilities that can surpass magical art, Amelia said, having a slight fondness for the evolutionary process. According to Amelia, the world of magecraft is dying out. So that would be Mao then.
I do appreciate the fact that they summarise what they've just said.
Yes.
Immediately after they've said it.
You need to summarise what you've said, otherwise people won't know what you're saying. The world of wagecraft, is dying out, giving way to the world of superpowers. Who says the next line? It doesn't tell me. I assume it's Bruce. Amelia, your theory is... Oh no, his voice is changing. Amelia, your theory is just a theory with no solid foundation. Magic will not disappear in favor of superpowers. The world of magecraft must only evolve and learn to live with or enter into symbiosis with the existence of superpowers, said Bruce, an occult detective who supports the idea of association of wizards must change if it wants to exist in the future. Thank you. Who is saying the next line? I don't know. I'll assume it's the same guy. People with magic circuits and the X gene are a minority of two not-so-common communities, but they exist. I myself am a Crown class sorcerer and an alpha class telekinetic mutant. I personally know a handful of people who were born with the X gene and magic circuits, and they don't have the same difficulties as magic users, Bruce said with a tone full of conviction. Bruce believes that the X gene and other abilities and certain branches of science can be used to enhance magecraft or create unprecedented new branches. Bruce, you shouldn't count yourself and your sister out. You two are more unique than rare, Amelia said, aware that Bruce can hardly be considered a reliable standard. Let's stop talking about the evolutionary theories about humanity. What projects do you want to delve into during your stay in New York City? Bruce asks, wanting to know what Amelia will do in New York City. The neon yellow-haired girl plays with a lock of her hair. a gesture she always makes when she's thinking. I want to improve the dual reactor, create a new version of Ironhide power armor, devise a new formula for my special potions, and design a new mechanical monstrosities. Amelia lists her regular projects. Someone less common, I'm sure you don't want to do the usual things, Bruce said, sure that Amelia wanted to start a new project. If I remember correctly, that's not her voice, or even close to it. If I remember correctly, although it is now, you told me that you got yourself a supply of a new super metal. Vibranium, is it called? I don't know where this voice came from. Amelia asks, quite interested in this new metal. Yes, recently obtained vibranium after a strange mishap in London. And I'm willing to let you study it, to use for your own projects, but sparingly, as it is not an infinite resource, Bruce said, wanting to see what Amelia can do with vibranium. Oh my god, thank you so much, Bruce. I don't know why you don't like my cousin. What? I don't know why you don't like my cousin Amity. You're a fantastic guy, to say the least. Help? What? Where did that come from? Amelia said with a small blush on her lip. The neon yellow-haired girl doesn't hide her admiration or more for Bruce. Out of curiosity, how did you get this rare material? Amelia asks about what happened in London. Bruce decided that there was nothing wrong with telling Amelia the story. Plus, even if you fly over traffic, it will still take you a while to get to your destination. Sure. After finishing work in Paris, I took a small detour on the back to Boston, stopping for a few days in London to talk to Livia Eldfelt, Mitsuru Kirujo, and Olga Marie Animasphere. Bruce begins his short story. Amelia's long ears begin to droop when Bruce mentions the name of two other girls. Wait, who's this next one? Amelia thinks in a slightly depressed voice. Okay. As Bruce does whenever he travels alone, he inevitably ends up in trouble and surrounded by attractive, powerful, and talented women. Amelia thinks to herself, slightly depressed. I assume Bruce is speaking. After some business chatter, Mitsuru invited me to spend the afternoon in an exhibition on African history at the Museum of Great Britain. When we visited the museum, we walked into a robbery led by black market arms dealer, Ulysses, and a former US Navy SEAL, Eric Stevens Killmonger. Bruce recounted how this was in the wrong place at the wrong time. There was a brief but intense altercation inside the museum, followed by an arrest by MI6 and an interrogation by me, Bruce said with a small smile so sweet it was devilish. I assume this is an author's note. On a lesser note, in this world, Earth 2126, Ulysses can blame Boston occult detective for the loss of an arm, an eye, and the ability to have children.
So it is nuts.
That's
a hell of a lot of blame for that guy.
I guess so. Killmonger didn't have an easy time in the interrogation room either. By the end of the day, I've acquired some souvenirs in the form of an ancient vibranium axe, a lot of information on a place called Wakanda, and coordinates to a ship containing 3 tons of vibranium, Bruce said with a small smile. Boston's occult detective had nothing but to gain from his detour. That's a sentence. The only slightly negative thing at the end of the story was that I had to split the loot 3 equally between myself, Mitsuru's Kiroji group, and Livia's house. At least the 2 ladies let me take Ulysses' ship. Churchill, And all the funds and toys on board, Bruce said, trying to look on the bright side. I didn't understand that sentence. Amelia was about to ask why Bruce decided to collaborate with Mitsuru and Levier instead of going it alone and taking the vibranium for himself. But at the very last second, Amelia decided to ask a more intelligent question instead. I'm curious, Bruce. What kind of maximum security project are you working on? Amelia asks with an analytical look, adjusting her glasses. I'm curious. How much do you understand about my big plan? Bruce asks with a monotone expression. I don't know how an expression can be monotone, but there you are. But his eyes show total attention on Amelia. Well, I've known you for 27 months, and in all the time I've begun to understand how your mind works, Amelia said, being able to calculate the exact time since she met Bruce, being able to count the days, hours, and minutes as well, because she's smart.
Is Bruce a self-insert character, or is he a character from Fate?
No, I think he's a real character. Well, let's hear what you've deduced, my female assistant, Bruce asks, maintaining his previous expression and concentration. Oh my god, it's the crossover section. The reason we picked this one for going on. Okay. Well, 3 months ago, just before the start of summer vacation, you bought one of the most important buildings in Manhattan, the Avengers Tower. You made everyone believe that you did it just for the sake of owning your own iconic building, but you surely had your reason. The building must have something other buildings do not have, Amelia said, knowing that Bruce doesn't often do things like that without a good reason. I assume she's continuing. Then for the duration of the summer vacation, you paid the Kiroji Group to restore Avengers Tower to your personal specifications, while the Elderfeld provided security throughout. When the work was completed, Camelot Industries, an agent you ran under the false identity of Schnitzel E. House, released flying cars onto the market, making the whole world watch Boston, keeping everyone's minds and screens occupied with the wonder of the moment, Amelia said, speaking as if she were a woman.
As if she were a woman.
She's obsessed with plots and grinding. Yeah, of course she is. Finally, you packed your bags, packed the limo, sure, and asked me to drive you to New York City. To your new tower. You asked me to stay with you, Amelia exclaimed, placing her hand on her chest to emphasize the point.
Where is she driving the car? From the sofa?
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be both on the sofa, or rather in the sofa.
Maybe she is driving, or maybe she's not. I don't know. Maybe it's a self-driving car. Oh, you're such a wonderful boy, Bruce. Strong, intelligent, kind, courageous, all the talents and gifts and enviable pedigree, resources comparable to a small nation and more, Amelia said, speaking too highly of Bruce. You are almost always surrounded by the most powerful, smartest, most beautiful, richest, and most influential female warriors and witches from multiple worlds. It is among all of these women worthy of an epic. You have chosen me. This means that you are working on something very important that requires my unique talent, Amelia said, making it clear to everyone, oh yeah, of course everyone, that she does not have a great self-esteem. Wait, didn't she just say it must be something important because she has unique talents? Sure. All I have is a great brain and an unusual talent for alchemy and blacksmithing. Amelia lists what she considers to be her only positive qualities. Bruce took a deep breath, shaking his head slightly. Amelia, I thought you were beyond your inferiority complex, but it seems some bad habits just die hard, Bruce said, not too pleased that Amelia thinks so poorly of herself. Amelia, You have many more qualities than just using your brain to do calculations, using your hands to mix chemicals, or using tools to build weapons and armor, Bruce said, trying to make Amelia feel better. For example, asks Amelia, wanting to hear one of these so-called qualities she has. Bruce is silent for a long moment, searching for the best quality to shatter Amelia's depression appearance into 1,000 pieces. Amelia, you are a woman with the biggest, softest, most supple breasts I know, and they just don't seem to want to stop growing. You fuck your brain, lady. Fuck the fact that you're an alchemist and an engineer. You've got big old tits. Bruce made a perverse comment in such a serious tone that it's hard to describe. But I tried. The girl with the neon hair turned red in the face as if she was a chili pepper. She zips up her jacket and covers her chest with her arms, trying to hide her ginormous breasts. If this were an anime, Bruce would be seeing smoke coming out of Amelia's head right now due to embarrassment. Better to die of embarrassment than to die of depression, Bruce comments, confident that he's made a good move. These words made something click in Amelia. Just like Fluttershy, Amelia is also capable of being scary, if she wants to be. Sure, I don't know who or what Fluttershy is. You're amazing! Amelia exclaims in an angry tone, getting up from her seat. You're in a car. I don't know how you're standing. If she wanted to slap Bruce for his perverse words, full stop. I remind you that I've killed a dragon and soaked my body in its blood, obtaining an invulnerable skin.
Oh, close your ears.
If I take into account my adamantium-coated skeleton, you can't hurt me. Amelia... What? Oh, hang on. Even though Amelia exclaims at some point we change to Bruce. I don't know who has the skin and the skeleton, Bruce says, trying to reason with Amelia. Unfortunately, an angry woman does not listen to words of the man who makes her angry. Smash! Amelia slapped Bruce. Hard. Crack! Unfortunately, Bruce wasn't kidding about having very thick skin. Ah, my hand! Amelia exclaims, squeezing his aching hand. At least the strong emotion of embarrassment and outburst of irrational anger must have put you in a better mood, Bruce comments, keeping calm the whole time because he's just so cool.
He is so fucking cool.
He's so fucking cool. You know what I mean? He's so fucking cool. Amelia sat down again, this time next to Bruce. Wasn't she already sitting next to him? I am confused. You know I'm sensitive when it comes to my chest, Amelia pouted slightly angrily at Bruce. You know I'm sensitive about my big old tits. What are you doing? But now you've stopped talking badly about yourself, Bruce comments, having achieved the result that he desired. Amelia didn't answer, but a small smile appeared on her lips. Right, who's speaking now? I don't know, 'cause it doesn't say. Bruce said it. Anyway, you were right. I bought Avengers Tower to get the computer system that housed the most advanced artificial intelligence on the planet, Jarvis. Just a rather very intelligent system. Oh no. Created by the third smartest man in the world, Tony Stark. Bruce said, admitting that he bought Avengers Tower for the... Yeah, we know, he literally just said it. Amelia's smile grew. The young woman likes to be right. Amelia, currently, in my opinion, you are one of the 3 most intelligent women, obs, in your sat-nav. Author note, the name of the planet where the Boiling Isles are located. Only Kano, Ayatsuki Mercury and Kokono Mercury, didn't we just mention those two? Can compare to you intellectually, but their tits, nothing. Bruce said, less a compliment, more a fact, okay? I'm not that good. Those two are much better than me. I don't know why she's suddenly going Cockney. I'd definitely be something like the 3rd smartest in the Boiling Isles, Amelia said, underestimating the 2 abilities that she has again. Wait, are the 2 abilities her tits?
Well, she can make stuff, and she's apparently a witch.
Apparently. Anyway, I think we've gotten off topic, Bruce said, in a monotone. The last 3 minutes of the conversation was spent helping Amelia with her low self-esteem again, probably just telling her she's got big tits, instead of talking about science and or magic projects. I don't know who's speaking. I'm working on some delicate projects, mostly scientific, but with some magical elements. This might be Amelia speaking, it doesn't say. To get results quickly, I need a lab partner who knows both the latest science and the arcane. Not to mention, has to have huge breasts. Not to mention, he has to have my trust and be willing to work alongside me, potentially for months, to put up with all my quirks. All of the people I know, Amelia, you're the best for the job. Bruce concluded his speech. Yeah, it was Bruce. Amelia's pointy ears stood up, as if they were a tail of an excited dog/fern. The idea of being with Bruce in a tower, isolated from the rest of the world, was very appealing right now to Amelia. I'm ready to live and work with you for the advancement of science and of magic, Amelia said, trying not to smile or blush like she was marionette. Sure. I assume it's still her talking. Can you tell me some of the projects you want to include? Amelia asks, wanting to know what projects he's going to include. Here are some of the projects I want to explore further. 1. Main and priority project, the creation of artificial intelligence, codenamed Shockwave. So cool. The study and improvement of my symbiote, Lovecraft. What? The creation of a concept dubbed unstable molecules. The development of nanotechnology. The extremis virus study. Bruce has finished listing 5 experimental and dangerous enhancement projects he wants to investigate further. Amelia, hearing the names of these projects, couldn't help but get excited at the idea of working on them. How long until we get to the tower? Amelia asks, wanting to get to the tower. The end. Ginormous breasts. Oh my goodness.
That came out of nowhere as well.
Amelia, you might be a brilliant scientist, engineer, alchemist and blacksmith, but you've got big old titties, so you should be happy. Stop being grotesque. You're just depressive.
I also appreciate, because it's set in New York,
New York City.
Every time you go Matt Berry, every time
you can't.
New York City.
The city. You can't say New York City without it. So yes, that was a Fate/Stay Night, whatever that means, and an Avengers crossover. The Avengers don't feature, but their tower is mentioned.
Yeah, it is, and
So-
there's mentioning of vibranium and Wakanda.
Presumably those characters are from Fate. I don't know them.
We don't know Fate, so we wouldn't know. And yes, there was at least one pony reference.
There was a My Little Pony reference?
Fluttershy is a pony, isn't she?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know these things. So, who is Bruce Belmont? And who is the other one? Who's Amelia? I do like the fact that at the beginning, it opened up to let us know that there were animals in the limousine. One was a crow, and one was a
Cat?
mutant ferret-like creature. And then they don't feature after the opening.
Yeah, I don't
At all.
Are they part of Fate?
No, Bruce wasn't Bruce Banner. He's Bruce
Belmont.
Belmont, whom I assumed was a Fate person. Didn't they also call him Bahamut at some point? There, the first person is Bruce Bahamut Belmont. Right. Who is that?
Oh no, it's only on fanfic. That's a self-insert character.
Is that's his self-insert? Oh my goodness. I should have...
Everything here is on fanfics. Various things.
Ah, well, good for him. So who's Amelia then?
I don't know.
Amelia Bright. Of course you have, Meeks. Meeks has spilt his water and needs a few moments to drain his laptop. Should we check in?
We should check in with
I mean,
Hat.
Meeks has to leave, so he'll be back and in greater number. But I will pop in on Hat and say, hey, Hat. Yeah. He spilt his water. How are we doing so far, Hat?
So is Hat speaking?
Why? Fizz. 18,000 words. Maybe next time.
No, they all 18,000 words. No.
As a special
We get to the
bonus,
first
we'll have
mention of
Cisco read
big
it.
tits and we stop.
Big old titties. Meeks, how was that story for you?
Which one? Sorry.
The one we just read.
The one that literally just happened just now.
Oh, the Final Fantasy one.
Sure.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I missed that one because I coughed me water in my face.
Oh, don't ever change me, 'cause I love you.
You missed the entire thing because you took water into your face.
You spit water into your own face as well. That is.
Oh, you're killing me, Beaks.
Because it went down the wrong hole, and as I coughed, it backfired into my face and on my glasses.
Sounds like you got very excited, Meeks.
Yes.
So I couldn't see, so I had to take off my headphones. So I missed quite a lot of it.
Did you hear the big tits? Which is pretty much the only interesting thing. Well, not interesting. But
I know you heard the pony thing because we joked about
Yeah.
it.
I definitely heard the pony thing. Definitely heard the
good.
brony thing.
Good.
Well, Meeks, since you missed and you're here, would you like to help Cisco and myself with one of your stories?
Sure.
Much like your first request, we went for Detroit Become Human for you. It's not a particularly long one, but there are multiple characters, and I should put the title in, shouldn't I? There are multiple characters, and there's 3 characters and the narrator. So I will narrate. You can be the original character, presumably the self-insert. Hat can be the daddy. Cisco can be your favorite character, Connor.
Has 10 had a stream too?
Ah, okay.
10 hasn't had a stream tasty, but then he's been asleep throughout most of the stream. Yeah, he's here now. So we'll let 10 get his tasties. Then I will... You can all hear that. There you go. Crinklies. I will just give you guys the link to it. There you go. You can
All right.
follow along.
Prepare incognito mode.
You can follow along as I
Who am I playing?
go. You're playing Connor. You're playing the android.
Okay.
Meeks will be playing your name here, and Hat will be playing the father.
I have to verify that I'm human. Hold on.
Oh, ironic. Very ironic. This story is entitled Spend All Day Crying and Smoking in Bed. So,
That sounds more like an instruction.
a demand.
Oh,
No.
I get all caps.
You do. You start off at all caps, yeah. You're also called Hank, I noticed later on. This story has a problem switching who, in quotations, you are, and characters just... Like, it starts off saying your dad, which is you, but later on it says Hank, which I believe is also you.
I assume your name is Meeks.
And yes, Meeks is your name. Meeks, you at the beginning are you. Whenever it mentions you said or you. So the second line in quotations, that's you. Unfortunately, halfway through, you stops referring to you and starts referring to Connor. It's going to be confusing. Don't worry, we can nudge you when it's your time.
Okay.
Everybody at home, put the kids to bed. This one gets a bit saucy. It's a little
Oh
bit
wait, this
adult.
isn't gonna ruin the game for me, is it?
Let's hope so, Meeks. So, yeah. And Cisco, you are Connor, after the halfway mark, you become you. So try not to get too confused, and we will go through this. I apologize, Tin, but you're not having to read it. Okay, so when you're ready, Hat, because you have the first line.
Why don't you ever do as I say?
You heard your dad yell.
Lieutenant Anderson, I understand you're upset, but this mission is important to me. If I don't solve this case, I will be sent back to Cyberlife for deactivation.
You heard Connor say. It was pretty obvious he was sick of your father's shit.
Come on, Dad. Give me a break.
You said, and turned back to Connor. His LED was blinking, and it had turned into a yellow shade. You didn't know what that meant. So you just raised an eyebrow, and Connor awkwardly fixes his tie. That's you, Hat, and it's Meeks.
I know.
Good.
Yes, no. Don't get in the fucking middle of this.
It's
That's your name, and that'll be
it's
Meeks.
Oh,
Wait,
well,
what?
yes, no works better.
It does, but I had to learn all these things while finding them. Like F/C, which comes into play in a later story, means your favorite color and stuff. So yeah, that's Meeks. Don't worry about it. Hank said angrily, and you furrowed your eyebrows at him.
Stop treating him like that, please.
You said, and your dad give you a pat on. Sorry, gives you a pat in the back.
Is this me?
That's
think
you,
so,
yeah.
Go back to bed, hon. It's nearly midnight.
You left, but before you did, you give Connor a wink. He gulped and winked back at you. His LED, the same blinking yellow color. Right, I think we've switched over now.
Yeah.
So, you, as in Cisco, walked to Meeks' room. You smirked and sat on the side of her bed, exploring her perfect body. You put a hand on her shoulder and called out for her. Don't shout at her. She's right there.
Meeks!
What was all you said? And she woke up. She was blushing, and you said, what? And you said, and you winked. She breathed loudly, and you just looked at her. Sorry, and she. Well, I'm going to try this sentence again. She was blushing, and you said, and you winked. She breathed loudly and just looked at you in the eye. You were getting closer to her. The temperature was heating up, and it was tense. All she did was say, "This is you, Meeks."
Please?
And your lips touched. She took your jacket off, and you took her bra off. She let out a moan. She let a moan escape her mouth and bit your lip.
Shh. Remember, Lieutenant Anderson is still here.
Was all you said, and bit her lip. Hang on. You're biting your own lip and Meeks's lip. That's fine. You grabbed her and put her on top of you as she took your pants off. You grabbed your tie and put it in the back of her neck. Sure. And kissed her. She moaned louder, and you took her underwear off.
Are you ready?
You asked, and she nodded. You thrusted her, and went faster, while both of you were moaning loud as hell. You pulled her hair and started going faster. You covered your mouth with your hand and let her body... Sorry, I'm going to have to read this one again. You covered your mouth with your hand and left her body only to be pleaded to thrust your shaft back. She was moaning louder and louder, and you were too. Glug, glug, glug goes 10 in the background. You took her hand off her mouth and started rubbing circles in her clit.
Oh, no.
This is your line, Meeks.
Keep going. Oh, look, Daddy.
was all she said, and you became harder. She knew the effect she had in you. She started going down on you. Hang on. That's impossible. And made her way to your dick. She started giving you a blowjob. You were about to come, and you pulled her hair and started moaning. After, you both fell asleep and... Oh, he didn't come. After that, you
Just
both
went
fell
to
asleep in your bedroom. You were about to, but then you pulled her hair and fell asleep. Oh, Hat, that's your line.
Rise and sunshine. Oh, what the fuck happened in here?
You opened your eyes and remembered what the fuck happened last night.
Dad, it was my idea, not Connor's.
You said.
It was your idea to fuck a plastic toy?
He asked.
I love her, Lieutenant. And
Connor said, and you felt your heart get all crazy, and you smiled and looked at him.
Ow, what the fuck?
Was all your dad said, and then he left your room mad. The
What the fuck?
end. It was a love story, Mix.
that was a trip.
I don't know what your actual name in the story was, but you fell in love with Connor, the android, and he fell in love with you, and put his tie in the back of your neck.
His name was clearly Yes No.
And you and,
And 100% of IT people will agree with me. Y/N is Yes No.
It should be Hat, but in the world of Imagines, which I learned is another story for fictions, Y/N means your name. FC means your favorite color. YH apparently means your height. So someone will say, wow, I never knew you were, and you'll have YH, which apparently means however tall you are. It's more immersive for you as the reader, you see.
Oh, yeah, FC totally means free company, by the way. I played Final Fantasy.
Or fucking cunt. Either or.
what a weird fucking story.
Mix. This is nothing.
I just mix with the fuck daddy.
And his American accent. Keep going. Fuck daddy. I think you're fine. Mix, do you want to give us another line reading on that?
Oh, I've turned it off.
Oh, I bet you have. Your line is, keep going. Fuck daddy.
Keep going. Wait, is that wrong?
It is. But I like
Shit,
the
I
fact you
forgot.
started with, keep going. Keep going. Fuck daddy.
Keep going. Fuck, daddy.
Mix.
The emphasis is all wrong.
Never change.
I don't know what that means.
Never change. Right. Since we have... Mix, when do you want to read your full story? Do you want to do it now? Do you want to do it later? When would you like it?
I could do it now, yeah.
All right, I'll mute myself because I know I will die laughing in the middle of this.
It's quite a short story, so much so that I can put it into Discord so Hat can read along if he wants to. Assuming it'll let me copy it. I don't think it will. No, it will. No, fuck it. Okay. Oh shit, hang on. I need to get the title up, don't I? The title. Yeah, right. That should all fit on one line for a change.
Yeah, it should.
How about that? Okay, Mix. Your story
Yep.
for us tonight is entitled 50 Shades of KFC.
Okay.
Okay, you can be as lyrical with this as you want. It's in Discord for you. Take us away.
Right, okay, let's have a look. I love you, piece of fried chicken. I really like you. Please, jump into my mouth. You will be greeted by my taste buds. Then you'll be taken down to a long tunnel of love. I love the flavor of you, KFC. That was a lot of you. I'll take 100 of you, then I'll eat all of you in one sitting. I may have a heart attack, but I like you more than anything. But if I have no heart attack, then I will hunt you down. Then I will take you to my bedroom. I will turn on the television. I will I will put you on the bed. Then I will eat your skin. Oh my God, skin off. Then I will enjoy who put on the skin. Then I will eat your meat inside. Then I will enjoy you. Then I will have a heart attack or probably throw up. But if there's a special fried chicken out there, I will hunt you down to the bone. I might probably fall down to the floor with you when I have a heart attack. I might have eaten the skin and the meat of you, but you will still be mine for all I and you know. If you forget about me, just know I love your crispy corners. What? Was that meant to be a poem?
Well done, Meeks. Well done.
Well done, Meeks.
I don't know what that was, but it was
That
something.
was a fanfic.
That was. Meeks, there are so many fanfics about KFC, McDonald's, and the Burger King mascots.
Yeah, do we
All
have the
going
one?
at it, and no, I did not take. They were all fucking filthy.
Yeah, so filthy. Ronald McDonald and the Colonel going at it, while the Burger
no.
King
Sat in the little
wanks. It's
cook chair.
just
Yeah.
disturbing.
So there you go. Thank you, Meeks. That's all we'll make you read. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Also, I honestly didn't remember that Burger King actually had a Burger King.
The King, yeah. The Burger King.
Because like Ronald McDonald and the Colonel, yeah.
Obs. Right. Right. What should we move on to next? I know Meeks will be very excited about that one, but that one's for Danny. So if he's going to make it, we should wait. We could do Matt's.
Oh yeah, we can do Matt. Which one says Matt?
This one.
Is that the Warframe
Matt,
one?
We also
we
have a tin one as well, don't we?
we have Tins, but I'm dragging that one out, so Tin has to hang around. She keeps trying to leave. Matt, we tried our best to find you a Fallout New Vegas story that wouldn't be filthy or horrendous or whatever. And, we did our best. We didn't quite find one that wasn't a billion words long. So, sorry, I'm looking at the chapter. Chapter 1. There will be no chapter 2.
Oh, okay, spoiler.
Fair enough. Okay.
Do you want me to read one? Because you've read all of them thus far.
I'm fine reading this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
if
not
I
pushing.
can. Hey, you've got loads of your own that I assume you're going to want to read. Okay, guys. I will drop out and leave you to your gibbering. I will let Cisco stay with you so he can hear what you say. But I will get back to my readings. So I'll speak to you in a little bit. So bye for now.
In a bit.
So stream can't hear you for once he jumps out.
Okay. I can also get my peripheral hearing back, is the best way to put that, as I don't have my headphones in anymore. So,
Sorry, both of them immediately left. Went to go get drinks.
obviously. Right. So, for Matt, not as demoralizing or damaging as his previous entries, Fallout New Gear.
Oh, okay.
Tuck yourself in. Yeah, that's right, Matt. You tuck yourself in and make sure you're elsewhere. Okay. Here we go. War. War never changes. At least that's what everybody said. Let me take you back. It was February 14th, 1950. I was spending the day with my sweet heart when the sirens went off. They blared so loud that my ears ring. Everybody panicked. They knew what was going on, what that siren meant. Suddenly a flash, a boom, a roar. Everything went black. 2 years later, so 1952. My eyes suddenly jolt open. I gasped for air and panicked, seeing the charred building around me. I leaned back and let out a ghastly yell. No! Getting back on my feet, I noticed the flesh on my arms and legs. Some of it had been scorched away, showing my cybernetic enhancements that I got from serving in the war. That's right, I was more machine than man. That's how I lived. That's why I was spared. Off to the left, a group of 3 men sat around a campfire. Earl said, "Stop making up stories, Jack." Jack replied, "I'm not, Earl. I heard it while..." Jack was interrupted suddenly by a 3rd man. That man was called Jim. "Stop it, both of you. We need to get to sleep. We are going to be in Pewter City tomorrow. Get some rest." The 3 men were quiet for a few minutes. Then they all laughed and lay down. Ha 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 ha. The next morning, Jim, Jack and Earl all cheerfully walked down Route 2, accepting all challenges from trainers along the way.
Wait, what?
Finally, they made it to Pewter City after hitting up the poker center. To heal their teams, they then head for Brock's gym. Okay.
This is well known in Fallout New Vegas.
It was the first step on their path to the Pokemon League. Of course it was. Jack was first to walk in and accept the challenge. Jack had a Muck. It was his favorite. His family owned a Pokemon nursery, and since he was a kid, he had been raising Muck. "Go Muck," said Jack. "Ha!" Brock retorted. "Your Muck stands no chance. It's weak to ground type moves. Go, Geodude." "Go Muck, hit them with Acid Splash," Jack said. Muck shot a gunk of purple at Geodude, covering him in it. This harshly lowered his special defense. "Ha! Nice try. They hardly affect my Geodude," said Brock. "Geodude, go use Smackdown." Geodude ripped a large rock from his body, hurling it at Muck. It slammed into its body, absorbing it in. "Muck, use Bite." Muck opened his huge, gross mouth, chomping down on Geodude, his toxic body, causing his ability stench activates, causing Geodude to flinch. "Great," said Jack. "Now let's finish this off. Geodude, super move, go!" Muck launched a hard-packed piece of mud at Geodude, causing him to faint, and returned to Brock.
Wait a minute. It wasn't his Pokemon Muck, not Geodude.
Yes, but don't worry about it. "Good work defeating my first Pokemon. Now try this one," said Brock. "Go Onyx." "Hit him, Muck, with Sludge," Jack replied. Muck barged purple sludge at Onyx, quickly causing him to become poisoned. "You fool! You won't be winning. Onyx use Sand Tomb," Brock replied to that. Suddenly, Onyx thrashes around and a sandstorm forms, harshly blowing wind. Why is most of this a Pokemon battle? This is supposed to be well, you'll see. Trapping Muck in it, buffeting him up with damage. Muck, Don't give up. Let's go. Belch. It's like it's Meeks. Muck consumed his held berry and let out a large belch at Onyx, causing him massive breasts damage. Brock said, let's finish this iron tail. Onyx flipped around, slapping Muck with his tail, wounding Muck. He was on his last leg. Jack knew he had to end this now. Muck. Let's go. Mud bomb. Muck shocked a hardened piece of sludge at Onyx. It exploded, and once the dust cleared, Onyx had fainted. Jack cheered, and Brock clapped. Congratulations, Brock said. Here's your boulder badge. With his Pokemon up to level 30, we'll listen to you. With this, you started your journey. Now please go see our mayor. I'm sure he would be happy to see we have our first participant in the Pokemon League Challenge. I hope this doesn't go on much longer. Jack waited for his friends to finish their respective challenges. Then Brock led them to the mayor's office, which was rather small. The building was even smaller than a poker center. Inside, the boys looked around at pictures from several decades in the past. Back in time before the war. Soon, a man with a big bushy moustache entered. He was wearing a zookeeper's outfit, because he was, and leaned forward, giving a bow. His name was Georgie. Ah, our first league challenges. I'm so pleased with your work so far. The boys looked in awe. This was the man who made the Pokemon League possible. Somehow. He was a legend before the league. Thousands of people were jobless with no direction in life. Stunned, said Georgie. I get it. Not every day you get to participate in something like the league, but soon that will change and everyone will be able to challenge. But that's not why you're here. Let me ask, do you guys know where Pokemans come from? The boys looked at each other, then back to Georgie. All the boys at once said, no. Then let me tell you. It was February 14th, 1950. As Georgie starts to tell his tale, the scene fades to black. The scene unfades to black. We're in a military test facility where they were testing their newest and most promising nuclear device, codenamed Metal Gear. A familiar but younger-looking man, Georgie, looks over a screen in a room full of scientists. The screen showed a model
Just one
of
really big one.
Metal Gear, launching a nuke simulation. Georgie looked over the shoulder of a woman smiling. Full stop. How is the simulation? Are we getting the accurate data, Sam? Sam replied, well, this is just a simulation. We can't use this on the battlefield. To get accurate data, we would need to... A man in a business suit cuts Sam off. His name is Eli. I can make that happen, he says. And with a slam of his fist, he slams his fist into the Metal Gear activation button. With a slam of his fist, he slams his fist into Metal Gear's activation button and dashed to the higher platform, which acted as scaffolding for building Metal Gear. Georgie ran after him, sweat coming off his face. He had to stop him. Alarms blared as Metal Gear activated. Georgie made it just in time to watch Eli jump into the cockpit, which was its beak. He then tore off his business suit, jacket and shirt. And a wig? You're not Eli. Who are you? That's right. It's me, the former Foxhound Unit Commander, codenamed Liquid Snake. Oh, that's the end. The end. Twist! It was not remotely Fallout. That was supposed to be a Fallout and Metal Gear Solid crossover, but apparently 90% of it was Pokemans.
There's a very long, detailed Pokemon. Why did it introduce a person in the start who wasn't involved in the rest?
The opening about the guy who had
Who was
cybernetics.
telling the story? War never changes, but Pokemons change all the time.
Well, I also like the fact that this entire story takes place 2 years after it starts, because it was February 14th, 1950. 2 years later, the person wakes up after 2 years in a burnt-out building with his flesh charred, showing that he had cybernetic enhancements. And then we pan across from him to 3 people sitting around a campfire who then go off and play Pokemans. So, there you go, Matt. Fallout New Vegas, supposedly, and Metal Gear Solid crossover. That was mostly about Pokemon. Better than mumsy sex scenes.
Yes, better than Mum's
For-
sex scenes
for Matt's
or
mind.
Meek's sex scenes.
Oh, poor Meeks. Fallout New Gear.
Ah, fuck me, daddy.
People are going to ask me to turn that into a soundbite, you know. Right, well. You don't know? Do you have conflicting feelings? Cisco's voice acting of Mumsy. Remember?
Yes.
I need a drink.
Well, it's probably time for me to do one. I just don't know which one.
That's fine. I'll need to pull up the list.
Gonna
Move
pour
the
myself
microphone.
A final whiskey.
Oh, alright. Cisco also found a bunch. Now, I must admit, a lot of these seem like you got them for Meeks.
Oh yes, there was a lot of.
You should know you got them.
Well, yeah, at least a couple of them are for Meeks. That first one is definitely Meeks. Should we do that one for
Oh,
Meeks?
but the second one certainly isn't, is it?
Yeah, okay, but that one.
That one more so. So which would you like? Just give me a number and then we'll...
We'll go for the second one.
Okay.
The third one is there for one line that I saw that made me laugh.
Well, I'm so glad you got us an entire fan fiction for a single line.
Please, like that Fate one wasn't. just about
Oh,
the
how am I
boobs.
supposed to fit that in the fucking title bar? Okay, that's fine. Are all of your stories going to be this short?
Maybe.
I see. I will move this over to you, so you don't have to lean too far. People won't be able to hear me now.
Actually, can we switch to the other one? Because this one is just not as good.
I mean, you're going to be doing them both eventually. Okay. I don't know. Is that number important? Oh, this one's even shorter. This one fits on one.
Yeah, but the other one is it starts with a song.
Well, good. You could sing it. Okay, then I will. No. Yeah, Nelly. No. Okay, that's not going to fit either. That sassy jazz playing away in the background. Okay, Cisco, introduce us to your story.
The story is 235, The Lilo Adventures of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay. Can you see okay? Do you need to move around a bit?
I can see okay.
Before you start, let me break this. I apologize. Okay. I need a drink now.
The Celestian Alliance had made a visit to the Hidden Temple Park when they caught sight of Lord Hater and the Harbingers of Doom, preparing for their upcoming performance. Dimentio, being invisible, was deceiving people into believing that
Pentatonics.
was performing live. However, the security guards were not fooled by this ruse. "When did we hire Pentatonics to entertain at the amusement park?" inquired one guard. "Let's inform the manager," responded the other guard. Meanwhile, there's now a scene break. That is the end of the first scene. Meanwhile, the heroes decided to attend the show. April O'Neil, who was standing next to them, was delighted to see Lilo once again. She introduced April to the new Celestian Alliance, and they were pleased to make her acquaintance. "Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Lord Hater and the Harbingers of Doom," announced the heroes. On stage, Lord Hater and the Harbingers of Doom, which is typed is LHATHOD for the rest of this story, appeared wearing ballet tutus, clogs, and clown wigs.
As you fucking do.
The audience burst into laughter and began taking pictures of them, much to their embarrassment. "Did you two play another costume prank?" exclaimed Count Dooku.
Hang on. Count Dooku of Star Wars? Meeks, is there a Count Dooku in Lilo and Stitch? Because there isn't one in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
"It wasn't us, sir," replied Lash. "Yeah," added Speed. "We were too busy mocking the unimpressive teenagers visiting here." Suddenly, a familiar blue figure approached and threw the real costumes at them. "Why does this blue figure seem familiar?" questioned Lilo. Oh no. That's the
Questioned Lilo.
Yeah, that's Lilo's voice.
Lilo.
"It's the Turtle Guard!" exclaimed a tourist. "Who is that?" asked Zack. "The Turtle Guard is a mysterious security guard who resembles a turtle," explained the tourist. "They say he is the guardian of the hidden temple," added another. At that moment, the group decided to follow the Turtle Guard and uncover his true identity in the middle of their show.
Yeah.
They discovered him inside the temple where they encountered Queen Exmukane and Prince Kotzbalam. The figure removed its masks, revealing Leonardo, the leader of the Ninja Turtles. "April," Leonardo greeted his old friend. "It's been 2 years since we last met."
I know! I was there. Sorry.
"Do you remember me, Leo?" inquired Lilo. "Yes." Oh, that's
Yes, I do.
"Yes, you're Lilo Pelaki, the leader of the Celestian Alliance. I came to Mexico to import some statues to New York City for my new boss, Max Winters," explained April. What are the guys up to?" Leo asked. April provided an explanation that Donnie operates a tech support line, Mike assumes the role of entertainment mascot known as Cowabunga Carl, and Ralph spends his days sleeping while his nocturnal activities remain a mystery to everyone.
Wanking.
Lilo informed them that Splinter dispatched him to this place with the intention of enhancing his leadership skills. April conveyed that his siblings were adrift without him and relied on his presence. Yet he disregarded her plea. End of chapter 1.
Do you want a drink?
God, do I have to read all of chapter 2?
Yes, you do. You didn't know there was more, did you? You didn't know there was more.
I did. I'm afraid you missed Meeks' sex scene, Agent. It was hilarious, but there are clips. "In New York City," April remained distressed as Leo declined to return, while Warren approached a newspaper machine to purchase a newspaper. Who's Warren? He came across an article regarding an enigmatic vigilante recognized as the Night Watcher. Night Watcher strikes again. Night Watcher stops sinister Scotsman from robbing the Metropolitan of its Scottish heart. Who is he? After their departure, an enigmatic woman emerged from the shadows, accompanied by a group of ninjas. Unbeknownst to them, Stitch was covertly observing their every move. We've arrived to accept your proposition, Mr. Winters, she stated. However, I must caution you that the Foot Clan does not come cheap. Does it appear as though money is a concern to me? Max retorted. Time is the only currency that matters. I require you to be my eyes and ears, as I have esteemed guests arriving whom I wish to welcome with utmost grandeur, extend them a warm reception, and bring them to me. And how shall we locate them? Inquired the woman. Fear not, for they are impossible to overlook, Max replied, a sinister grin spreading across his face. His face. Sensing the malevolence in Max's intentions, Stitch decided it would be prudent to accompany Warren for the evening, prioritizing his own safety.
I don't know who 90% of these people are, or what's going on, or why.
After they left, a mysterious woman came into the shadows, and behind her was a group of ninjas.
Again.
Little did they know that Stitch was spying on them.
We just had this. We just had that. You've already read that.
Yeah, I've literally read this. Why is this... Okay. It's the same scene, but slightly different.
Is it from Stitch's point of view?
We came for your offer, Mr. Winters, she said. I must warn you, the Foot Clan doesn't pay cheap.
Pay cheap?
Does it look like money is of any concern to me? Max asked. Only time is of the essence. I need you to be my eyes and ears. I have friends coming over that I love to welcome with a red carpet. Greet them warmly and bring them to me. And how will we find them? Asked the woman. Don't worry. They'll be impossible to miss. Max smiled evilly. Stitch knew that he was up to no good. For safety, he decided to go with Warren tonight.
So that is the same scene, written slightly differently.
Yes. One after the other. It is literally the room. That scene in the room where they play the same scene twice, but with very slight differences.
See, after their departure, after they left,
Yep.
a mysterious woman came into the shadows, an enigmatic woman emerged from the shadows. That's okay, sure. It's fine.
Oh god, there's more chapters after this as well. Later that evening, Red Quartz embarked on a nocturnal patrol when he caught sight of a motorcycle.
Was it also a werewolf?
Haven't I dealt with you before? He remarked. I must say, I'm quite disappointed. It seems that night school is now in session. I hope I'm not interrupting your class, Rainbow Dash called out, but do you require any assistance with your teachings? No, I have no need for the likes of Red Quartz and Rainbow Dash, Night Watcher shouted. Just ignite some torches for goodness sake. Red Quartz couldn't shake the feeling that he recognized the Night Watcher, almost resembling a colossal metal turtle. Raph? He inquired as the Night Watcher removed his helmet, revealing himself to be Raphael. Well, well, if it isn't the new bearer of loyalty, you stated. You've managed to uncover my true identity.
You took your helmet off. What do you mean you've managed to uncover my true identity? You had your disguise and you took it off.
This is awesome. Seeing you fully fulfilling your heroic duties, Rainbow beamed. We can't let Batman handle all the responsibilities.
Batman?
He's only in Gotham, surely. This is New York City. I should have pursued a career in law, grumbled the criminal. It appears that a lesson is about to commence, Warren exclaimed as he scorched his shoes. With Rainbow Dash leading the way, they swiftly made their way to the tower, where they observed the criminal being apprehended. Why do you become the Night Watcher? Rainbow inquired. I grew weary of Leo's constant return. What?
I got sick. I was really sick of Leo keep coming back.
He keeps coming back. It's really fucking annoying.
Fucker.
I couldn't abandon the crime-fighting profession if our leader wasn't present. So I took on this persona. Leo means nothing to me anymore. But he's your brother, Warren responded. Don't you think you're being too harsh? I don't believe that's possible, Ralph stated as he began to drift off to sleep.
I beg your pardon. He fell asleep, he's bored.
Meanwhile, Max Winters sat in his office, placing the final piece of the puzzle. Arise, my brothers and sisters, Max exclaimed. The stars of Kiken have aligned. All you generals awaken from your stone slumber.
The end.
Yeah.
I was last updated in 2019. I don't think it will be finished. However, it was first published in 2017.
So the
Updated
second
2
chapter
years
took
after.
2 years.
What the fuck was that about? I
Lilo
have no
and
idea.
Stitch.
It wasn't though.
It's Lilo and Stitch and the Turtles, and things happen.
What was the things? Why? Why was the
Why
things?
did we spend so long on the band?
Who was the band? What the hell was that? Okay. So Meeks, I hope you enjoyed one of your Lilo and Stitch stories.
Meeks, does Lilo and Stitch have a band called the Celestial Alliance?
How can you feel
With
robbed?
Count Dooku?
How can you feel robbed, Meeks? That had everything in it. That had all of the things. Nothing was left out of that one.
This is just a short one. I can do this.
Do you want to just do this one now? It's a song, so you have
Yeah.
to sing it. Hang on. So the title for this one, I'm not putting it up on the screen, is 356. The Lilo Adventures of How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. And most of it is a song, so enjoy singing, Cisco.
CLST was a country club where they were holding a Viking festival. Let the wind carry us to the clouds, hurry up, all right. We can travel so far as our eyes can see. We can go where no one goes. We slow for no one. Get out of our way. Awake in the sky, we break up so high. All right, let's make it our own. Let's savor it. We go where no one goes. We slow for no one. Get out of our way, we slow for no one. We go where no one goes. We slow for no one. We go where no one goes. We go where no one goes. Sonny sang. Thank you, Viking Festival, Chow shouted. Hope you like our covered version of Johnsey's Go Where No One Goes. On their way back to their apartment, they were talking about the other acts that were up. And did you see that Viking band who covered the songs from ABBA? Sonny recalled. I especially loved their Mamma Mia song, Star replied. End scene. At the Jing apartment, they saw a letter with Burke symbols on it. It's a letter from Hiccup, Lex said. Hiccup, Chow recalled. The chief of Burke? That's the one, Lex replied. Dear CLST, things are going perfectly on Burke, and Toothless, well, he's still licking. It's mating season for dragons, and we want you guys to see how our dragons mate.
What?
Sincerely, Chief Hiccup.
What? Come and watch our dragons fuck.
We should go, Twilight suggested. Now that Spike has gotten wings. Yeah, Spike smiled. Now I can fly to Burke. We'd better pick up Lilo while we're at it, Teal said. She said that Stitch wants to see dragons make out.
I mean, Meeks does.
Oh my, Star replied. He really does love dragon kissing. End scene. The next day after they pick up Lilo, they were flying on the Millennium Falcon to Burke. While waiting to land, Stitch saw a mysterious white dragon with beautiful blue eyes. Then it flew off into the clouds. Later they landed safely on Burke. The Hiccup came up to them and said, "Welcome back to Burke." The end.
I assume it is fully accurate to Lilo and Stitch.
Well, Mick saw the new movie recently, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened.
I'm pretty sure Stitch just really wants to watch dragons make out.
And the Millennium Falcon, obviously, makes its appearance. Very appropriate, very accurate. To all of the above. Oh, what time is it?
I think
Okay.
it's late enough to do tins, I think.
Do you want me to do tins first, do you? Because I was
think
going to move on to
Oh.
that one. But I can do tins. We can do tins.
Tins won't take long.
What do you mean it won't take long? You have no idea how long tins is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And in multiple chapters.
that-
Thank you very
That
much.
is a huge wall of text.
That is a giant wall of text. Yes, it is. Okay.
Tin, this one's for you. We're sorry.
Ooh. Ooh. What do you mean you're sorry? Don't say it like that. She's going to think there's something wrong with it. There's no wrong with it.
Oh, Meeks.
What's Meeks mean? What's Meeks mean?
He's going to bed.
What? How fucking dare you, Meeks? Do you not remember what happened last time you did that, especially when it was tins?
He's gonna miss the ultimate.
He's going to miss Meeks' ultimate. Anyway, Tin. I hope you're sitting comfortable. Lee. This is a Phasmophobia story. Pretty damn new, in fact. I was reading it. I started reading it on the bus the other day. Entitled The Lunar Hauntings. Although I think a better title would be Emma's a Bitch, quite frankly. But, okay. I'm not losing my voice or anything. This is going fine. I would ask you to do some of the voices, but can you even pick them out?
Wall of text.
It's just a wall of text, so I'll do my best. Okay, here we go. I was going to answer the door so that obsessive knocking would stop. I just know it's Emma that's doing it. Why is she here? I thought it was just supposed to be the Lunar Friends group meeting up to prepare for the house, but Emma wasn't invited. A bitch. We just wanted it to be us, and she doesn't listen. Like we all have times where we mess around or we don't listen to one another, but we understand that when we need to be serious, we be serious. We're watched so many videos, so we understand what we're doing better. Emma, she doesn't take us seriously. But I couldn't keep them waiting because Emma is starting to give me a headache with her knocking, so I opened the door. Oh my god, you took forever to answer the door, Emma said, shoving past me like she owns the place. Fucking Emma. Emma, why are you here? I asked. I'm here because I heard that you guys were going ghost hunting, and that sounds like fun. I don't even know how you're going ghost hunting when ghosts aren't real, but I wanted to come along with you guys, so here I am, Emma explained with a shrug. Why are you wanting to come ghost hunting with us if you don't believe in ghosts? Julia asked. Because it sounds like fun, and I want to know how you're going to make it seem like you're ghost hunting when ghosts aren't real, Emma replied. We are going ghost hunting with real ghosts, because ghosts are real, I said, trying to get her to believe that. Where is the equipment? Holly cut in, trying to change the subject. It's already in the van, Freya answered. There's so many just random names here, it's fine. How did you even hear about this? We didn't tell you or anyone for that matter, Julia continued, talking, not changing the subject. Oh, I just overheard you talking about how you couldn't go, so I figured there was an open spot, and now I'm joining you guys, Emma said simply. Wait, who's not going? I asked. It's me! I can't go, sorry, Julia explained. Sorry. Oh, it's fine. We will just go as a trio instead of the four of us, Freya said. Excuse me? I'm right here? I'm going with you, Emma interrupted. Ugh, Emma.
Such a bitch.
What a bitch. But you don't know anything about ghost hunting, and you don't even believe in ghosts, Holly said. Yeah, but why does that matter? I'm going. If you don't want me to, maybe you shouldn't have not been talking about it where people could hear, Emma said. We weren't talking about it in public. Holly and I were just in my garden, and you happened to walk into it uninvited, Julia said. That is kind of public, to be honest. Yeah, well, still, you were talking about it where people could overhear, Emma said. Nobody would bother with listening in except you, Holly mumbled. Fucking Emma. Well, I'm going with you and there's nothing you can do to change my mind, Emma said, crossing her arms. Fine, Freya said firmly, but you better listen to us and not mess around. All right, whatever, Emma replied quickly. We could tell she was obviously not meaning it. Bitch. Then I heard my phone ring. I went upstairs to my bedroom and grabbed it off the charger and answered it. Hello, I said. Hi, is this Hazel Blackwood? A voice on the other end asked. Yes, it is. Who's calling? I asked. This is Chris Johnson, the owner of the house that you and your group are coming to investigate. I just want to confirm that you, Freya Ashford, Holly Quinn, and Julia Bell are still planning to come, Chris said. Freya, Holly and I are still coming, but Emma Lawson, the bitch, is joining us instead of Julia. Julia had an appointment she couldn't move, I explained. Thanks for letting me know, Chris replied. Also, I figured I would tell you now. The ghost's name is Eleanor Blackvale. That will definitely help, I said. So this guy knows the name of the ghost.
He already knows the ghost.
Well, it's phasmophobia, so they're not there to do anything about the ghost. They just have to figure out what kind of ghost it is. Blah, 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 blah. This, trying to find your place in this wall of text is madness. All right then, I'll let you go so you can get started. Just give me a call when you've identified the ghost type, Chris said. Will do. Either Freya, Holly, or I will call you when we finish, I said. Great, good luck, goodbye, Chris said before hanging up. I headed back downstairs. Who was that? Holly asked as I walked in. It was Chris Johnson. It was? Okay. Just checking if we were still coming, I explained. Okay, that makes sense, Julie replied. Okay, let's head out to the van and make sure the gear's ready, Freya said. Already walking towards the door, everybody followed. I grabbed my bag, my jacket, and my keys. As I stepped out, I locked the door behind me and I jogged to to catch up with the others at the van. Is all of the equipment ready? Do we have everything? I asked. Yep, everything's good to go. Let's get moving, Freya replied. Okay, but why are we still standing and checking gear? Emma said, making air quotes with her fingers. Ugh, bitch. Emma, this is real equipment because this is a real ghost hunting job, and when I say we, I mean Hazel, Holly, Julia and me, not you. You weren't even meant to be here. We got hired by Chris Rosewood.
There was Chris Johnson earlier.
His
name was there
his
twice.
His surname is interchangeable. To figure out what type of ghost is haunting that house, Freya said, annoyed. I don't blame her because Emma is getting on all our nerves. Ugh, Emma. Okay, sure. We are going to find out what kind of ghost it is, Emma said mockingly. Emma, we're really going. We already told you. This is serious. We're not messing around. This is not some kind of prank, Holly said seriously. Sure. Believe whatever you want. Ghosts are totally real, Emma said sarcastically. Right, that's enough. If you don't believe in ghosts, you are not allowed in this van. If not, get in the van, I shouted. All right, fine, ghosts are real. I believe you, whatever, Emma said. Just don't say I didn't warn you if it all turns out to be a waste of time, she muttered. Oh no, I moved the page. As she got in the back of the van. I didn't believe her. But for now, I'll just go. If she messes up our ghost hunting job and one of us gets killed, I'll just hand her to the ghost myself. Ugh, Emma. Are you sure you can't come? Holly asked Julia. No, sorry. I've got to get to this appointment. The vet is fully booked for months and Loki can't wait any longer, Julia explained. Okay, we'll see you after, if we're still alive, Freya said with a sigh. So, sure, whatever. It's good. It's all good. I'm on board. I'm with it. I'm really sorry you have to deal with Emma. Ugh. If Loki didn't need this, I'd be able to go with you and then you wouldn't have to deal with her, Julia said, clearly feeling bad. No, it's fine. We'll deal with her, I responded. Okay, well, you better get going before she starts getting annoying again, Julia said. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow, Holly said, waving. Bye, Freya and I said at the exact same time. We walked to the van and got in. Freya was driving, so I got shotgun and Holly got in the back. Unfortunately, with Emma. Ugh, Emma. We, Freya, started the engine and pulled out of the driveway. Can you direct me to the house, Hazel? She asked. Before I could answer, Emma said, oh, God, Emma. Oh, my God, you don't even know the way to the house? We all just ignored her. Fucking Emma. Okay, I can direct you, Holly. What's the address again? I said, and Holly pulled out her phone. Let me check. It's 13 Willow Street. Oh, this is so stupid. We're going to get lost because nobody knows the address, Emma said. We slightly agreed to ignore her again. What? Oh, silently. We silently agreed to ignore her again. My mistake. I typed the address into my phone and we began driving Freya's direction. Music? Holly asked from the back seat. Sure, Freya said, her eyes on the road. Good, don't take your eyes off the road. I nodded. No, I don't want to listen to your music. Your taste is horrible, Emma said with a dramatic sigh. Okay, well, I'll connect my phone, Holly said. What? I said I don't want to listen to your music, Emma said. Too bad. You're outvoted, Holly said quickly and started playing our usual playlist through the van speakers. A few minutes later. Ugh, this is so boring. How much longer until we get there? Ugh, Emma. Emma groaned. We're almost there. 5 minutes, Freya replied, with her eyes on the road. Good. Don't take your eyes off the road, Freya. Good, because I don't want to be in this van any longer, says Emma. What's that supposed to mean? Holly asked, turning towards her. Nothing, it means nothing, Emma replied quickly. It better mean nothing, I added, annoyed at Emma. It means nothing. Oh my God, no need to get mad, Emma muttered under her breath. We're not mad, we are annoyed. They're not mad, they're just annoyed, okay? It's different. We're not mad, we're just annoyed because you are talking bad about our van. We all spent money on it, Freya said, annoyed. Yeah.
I think that contradicts what you said as well.
I'm not annoyed, I'm just annoyed. You can't have all spent money on the van. Only one of you can own a van, Emma said. Oh, we all split the cost evenly, okay? We paid for it together, I explained, trying to stay calm. Okay, fine, you all paid for it. I didn't think you would actually do that, Emma shrugged. The van was quiet after that, and with the sounds of Holly's music and the sound of the van. End of chapter 1. Emma is a bitch. Oh my God, Emma is just the worst.
Can you believe they allowed her to come? I mean, she's Emma, apparently.
Yes, Willow Street, Tin. With Emma. So I love the fact that this is clearly like this is somebody writing a fiction about their least favorite friend Emma. Oh God, fucking Emma. All right, I need to know what happens next. Chapter 2. At the house. It's another wall of text. Trying to just.
Hey, they've actually broken it sort of into paragraphs.
Paragraphs of giant blocks of text. Alright, here we go. Let's find out. Summary. They are finally make it to the house and start trying to figure out what the ghost is. Meeks, how fucking dare you? How dare you? That's the house there, Holly said, pointing ahead. Finally, we're here. That took forever, Emma said, overly dramatically. We were only driving for 15 minutes. Stop being so dramatic, Emma, Freya said. I turned towards Holly and whispered, It definitely felt like forever with Emma in the van. Holly tried to hold back a laugh, but Emma caught it. What are you laughing at? She asked sharply. Just something Hazel said, Holly replied casually. Well, what did she said? Emma pushed. I just said it's going to be funny when one of us gets jump scared. Freya parked outside the house and turned off the engine. Without a word, she stepped out of the van, walked to the back, and climbed in. I climbed through the gap between the driver and the passenger's seats, sitting on the edge of Holly's chair in the back. Who's taking what? Freya asked, already picking up the equipment box. I can take a flashlight, OBS, the EMF reader, the notebook, and maybe grab a smudge later if needed. A smudge? Tin, what's a smudge? Help me out. I need to know what a smudge is. Yeah, that sounds like good stuff for you, Holly said. I'll take the photo camera, the UV light, a crucifix, the video camera. Okay, Freya nodded. I'll take the spirit box, the thermometer, I'll wear the head cam, bring the ghost writing book, and I can take the salt for you, Holly. An incense stick, okay, thank you. Otherwise I would be completely lost. I mean, I need to know these things. Trying to find my place in this wall of text. I'll take the salt for you, Holly. She started passing us our equipment as we spoke. Yeah, this all sounds good, I agreed. Cool. Emma suddenly interrupted, crossing her arms. Excuse me? And what am I taking? I don't even know what any of this stuff does. I'm pretty sure you know what a camera does, Emma. Come on. Come on, Emma. I mean, come on. Oh, I've lost my place again. You can just take the motion sensor and the sound sensor, Freya said, handing her the gear. Just place them somewhere inside the house and don't touch anything else unless we tell you to. She also handed her the weakest flashlight we had. Okay, fine, Emma muttered. Does anyone have a radio? Holly asked, double checking. Yep, everyone has a radio, Freya confirmed. Why do we even need radios? Emma asked. So that we can still talk to each other from every room in the house, Holly answered. Orbs? Oh, okay then, Emma said. Alright, I said, standing up and grabbing the house keys. I think we're ready to go inside and start ghost hunting. Hurry up, let's go, Emma said, already impatient. Right, let's go, I said, repeated. I jumped out of the van and everybody followed close behind me. Oh, it's getting spoopy now. We walked up to the door and unlocked it. I turned my flashlight on and stepped inside. I'll go turn on the power, I said, already heading towards the garage. Okay, I faintly heard Freya shout from behind me as I passed through the kitchen. I opened the garage door and quickly spotted the fuse box. Flipping the switch, I said into the radio, "Power's on." "Okay, I'm ready to check the temps," Freya replied over the radio. "Why was there no power in the house?" Emma asked as I walked into the kitchen. Because ghosts like to turn off power. It saves electricity," I added with a shrug. I pulled the EMF reader out of my pocket and switched it on.
Environmentally conscious ghosts.
Yeah, of course. I started looking, walking through each room to see if anything triggered a reading. I checked the living room first, then the kitchen, the garage, the bathroom, and one of the bedrooms. I was about to check the second bedroom when I heard Freya call over the radio. "Ghost room is in the basement, second room." "All right," Holly responded. "I'm heading down after grabbing the video camera. I also found the bone." Of course you did. "It was in the laundry room. Already got a photo. I'll bring the EMF and the notebook down and leave them, and then we'll head back for my smidge stick and lighter," I said into the radio. Changing to head to the basement, I walked down the stairs to the basement, and I went to the second room and entered it. The air was noticeably colder. I've put the book down and I'm going to start trying the spirit box, Freya said. Okay, I'm dropping this off now, heading back up for the smidge, I said, placing the EMF reader and notebook down on a shelf. Just then, Emma and Holly came into the room behind me. So this is the ghost's room? Emma asked, using air quotes. Holly said sharply, clearly losing her patience, "We've already told you that ghosts are real, and yes, this is the actual ghost's room." Alright, sorry. It's the ghost's room. I just don't believe they're real. I've seen no proof, Emma said. I'm going to the van and I'm going to get the smudge, I said, turning away. All of you, get out of the room so I can use the spirit box, Freya said. We left. I saw Holly place down the video camera. What does a spirit box do? Emma asked. It lets you and the ghost talk. To an extent, I heard Holly explain as I started to walk back to the van. I headed upstairs, through the kitchen, and out the front door. I jogged across the short path to the van. I climbed in and grabbed 2 smudge sticks and a lighter from the equipment box. Since I was already in there, I figured I might as well check for ghost orbs. I sat down on the chair at the computer and powered it up. It was already connected to the camera. I looked for ghost orbs, turning the camera to see every little bit of the room. Nothing. No ghost orbs. After a few minutes, I gave up and jumped out of the van and walked to the house. I was walking through the living room when I heard Freya over the radio say, "Spirit box. We got a spirit box." You do. You put it on the floor before. That's good. We have one piece of evidence, I replied. Have you marked it on the notebook, I asked. Yeah, I'm marking it on the notebook, says Freya. Okay, I've got the smudges. And I checked for ghost orbs. There weren't any. So, I'm heading back down now, I said. I walked downstairs, and the first thing I heard as I reached the ghost room was the end of Holly explaining ghost orbs to Emma. Emma must have asked her, what they are. Right, Freya began. So far, we're got a spirit box and no ghost orbs. We still need to see if we get EMF, freezing temperatures, or ghost writing. What am I to do with these? Emma asked, waving the sound sensors and motion sensors around. Just place them on the ground, Emma, anywhere in the room. God! Holly replied, but it was obvious that she wasn't listening. Got any more photos yet? Holly asked. Nope, the ghost hasn't walked through the salt or touched the crucifix yet, she said. The second she finished her sentence, the crucifix burned, and Holly ran over to get a photo. You just had to jinx it, I said. We better get the salt pics and the rest of the evidence before the ghost starts hunting us, Holly said. What does it mean if the ghost starts hunting? Emma asked. It means the ghost will try to kill us, I answered immediately. Okay, Emma laughed. Emma, how many times do we need to tell you? She began, but Emma interrupted her. Yeah, I get it. This is all real and the ghost's going to try and kill us. Whatever. Yeah, and it'll probably go after you first because you're just so fucking annoying, Emma. I said sharply. Just then there was a hiss. It was the crucifix burning again. Well, we better get that evidence and those photos fast before the ghost hunts because that crucifix is toast. So now it's no use. I hope the ghost kills one of these soon. I mean, sure, I know Emma's a bitch and we all hate her. Obviously.
I mean, Emma is such a bitch.
But this is going into great detail. Okay. Not long after that, the EMF reader started to beep and lit up. EMF 5, I said. That's 2 out of the 3 evidences now. We just need one more evidence and for the ghost to walk through the salt, Freya said. I'll check the temperatures and keep an eye on the EMF too. Emma, did you place down the sound and motion sensors yet? I asked. No, I don't know what you want me to do with them, Emma said. Oh, for fuck's sake, Emma, come on. You must place them on the ground. You must place them down on the ground, simple as that, Holly explained. Okay, well, you could have just said that, Emma said. We have told you. You just weren't listening, like always, Freya said. Emma was about to argue back when the lights flickered off, and somebody started humming. Who's doing that? Why are the lights off? Who's humming? Emma asked. Just when Emma screamed, What is that? What's going on? She screamed, It's the ghost. Sure. Holly said calmly. It's a ghost event. She looked in the direction that Emma was darting and took a picture of the ghost. All right, now we've got a photo, I said. I walked straight to the ghost, making it disappear. Let's get the last piece of evidence and the salt picks before things get worse. Freya grabbed the thermometer and checked it. I picked up the EMF reader, turned it on, and started to walk around the room. Holly, can you and Emma go to the van and grab another smudge? I asked, trying to hint Holly to get Emma out of the house because, oh my god, it's fucking Emma. Okay, let's go, Emma, Holly said. They left the room and headed upstairs. Then out of nowhere, the lights began flickering on and off. There was high-pitched singing. Guys, the door's locked, Holly said over the radio. Hunt, run, I shouted. Freya and I sprinted out of the room. We ran upstairs and went to try and hide. Freya ran into one of the bedrooms. I ran behind the kitchen counter and ducked down. I could hear the ghost singing and footsteps as it was coming up the stairs, and I think the sound of the ghost. It went towards the bedrooms first. The ghost is trying to kill us right now, Emma screamed. The footsteps changed direction, now going towards them. I heard Emma try to frantically open the door. Emma, you're going to get me killed, I heard Holly whisper to her. Emma kept screaming about how she was going to die. I got up from behind the counter, flicked the lighter open, turned it on, and ran towards the ghost. It was almost at them. Holly was standing in front of Emma, hiding behind, holding onto her. But I don't think Holly was the one to stand in front of her. I lit the smudge stick, and the ghost started walking blindly around the room. Move, I shouted. Holly ran towards me, dragging Emma with her. We all ran back to the kitchen and hid behind the counter. Oh my god, the ghost almost killed me, Emma screamed. Shut up, the ghost can hear you, I quietly shouted at her. Quietly shouted. I just almost died. Don't tell me to shut up, Emma started screaming, but Holly slapped her hand off her mouth. Shut up, Holly told her quietly. I could hear the ghost's footsteps getting closer. The smudge had worn off. The ghost started walking around, singing that creepy song it sings, looking through the house for us. Let's hope that Freya found a good hiding spot. The ghost looked in the garage first. Thank God none of us hid in there. Then it came to the kitchen, and again sounded like it was coming closer to us. I peeked over the counter. I saw the ghost starting to come towards the counter to see if it can find anyone on the other side of the counter. I quickly looked back towards Holly and Emma. Holly still had her hand over Emma's mouth. I pointed to go the away from the ghost, warning them because I don't know if they know that it's going to go around the counter. I started to quickly crawl in the direction that I pointed, Holly following me, dragging Emma by the mouth. We went around the corner of the corner. I looked over the top of the counter and saw that the ghost was going around the side of the counter, on the opposite side of us. We went around the side of the counter. I occasionally kept looking to see what the ghost was, make sure it wasn't trying to kill us. It was now that we were hiding. It's a good thing we moved, or else we would have died. We went around the last corner. We went around the last corner, so we were back where we started. The ghost continued to look around the house again. Not long after that, the humming and footsteps stopped. The hunt was finally over. The end. But wait, Emma didn't die. I mean, good for Emma, but Emma's such a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, this is the end of chapter 2, which was only posted like yesterday or something. 3rd of the 7th. So yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago. I don't think it's being updated.
I assume the person is saving up a particularly nasty end for Emma.
Oh, only one person has left them kudos, and it's us.
I wonder.
Kudos on Emma, the bitch.
I wonder. Maybe there's a face turn in the future, and Emma's going to save them all, and become a super ghost hunter and a real good friend.
Oh, poor Hat's been left on his own because Meeks ditched him. I'm gonna get Hat back in. Hey, Hat.
Hi.
Hey, sorry you were being left on your own. Meeks ditched you.
He did.
We will try not to judge
That
the fact that we were
fucking
reading
panda.
the fact we were reading a ghost story
Or a
and all of
spooky
sudden
one.
Meeks had to leave.
I mean, Emma. Ugh. I mean, right?
Fucking Emma. God damn it.
Fuck's sake, Emma. So that
Full
was
disclosure, Emma was the family dog that we had growing up. So the entire time, I'm like, leave poor Emma out of this. She was sweet.
well, Emma is also the name of Adam's wife, so it's a good job Adam's not around.
Oh, there we go.
Ugh, Emma. Fuck's sake, Emma.
God damn it, Emma.
But yeah, I love the fact that it's an excuse to dump on her friend Emma. Poor Emma.
Tin, was it accurate to phantasmophobia?
Was it like you were really there, Tin? I mean, and hey, no sex. One of the phantasmophobia ones we were reading started off regular and then inexplicably turned into a sex scene. And I was like, wait, hang on, is a ghost having sex with him? And I still don't know what happened. If Emma died, then it would be okay. Then it would be accurate. All right. Well, Danny's here,
It was something.
so we could do Danny's. We haven't done hats yet.
Okay, well, let's do hats then, Danny's.
We will probably run out of time. It's 20 past 11 here. Although this one looks quite short.
Yeah, it's just a short one.
So, I don't know. It's 3 chapters. Okay.
Well, just read the first chapter. We don't need more than that. It would give everybody a taste of hats.
I beg your pardon, sir. I absolutely beg your pardon. I don't know how else to... Okay, so... The title is TMNT, and it's not a dig at Hat's height. That's just what it's called. TMNT.
Sure it is.
TMT.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know who Varys
We
is.
all believe you.
But here we go. Young Varys ran through the rain. She felt pain and death all at once, as you do. The Shredder chased her down the street until she had nowhere to run. Blood dripped down her pale skin. Things began to happen in flashes. A creature attacked the Shredder. Varys hid in an alley. Everything went red. Leo, she's going cold. Don, carry her. Mike, tell Master Splinter we've got company. Raph, help Don carry the girl. I'll hold off the Shredder. Everything went cold and black, but she could still hear the voices in her head. Master Splinter, will she be okay, right? The voice said, in reality. Sure. Of course, the wound on her ribs was fatal. It's a wonder how she survived. The girl's got guts, I'll give her that. Shut it, Raph, poor thing. Who knows how long she was chased? It was time to strike. Fear was overcoming her. Varys opened her eyes and sent a shock of energy at the nearest creature. It was a turtle with an orange mask. 2 others with red and purple masks lunged at her, but she caught them both off guard with a spin attack. The blue mask one leaped at her with what looked like a katana, in a position to unbalance her. However, Varys grabbed the katana and knocked him off balance. Now all that was left was the rat. Who are you creatures? She demanded, pointing the blue-masked turtle's katana. Answer me now. Calm yourself, child, the rat told her. The purple mask agreed. If we wanted to hurt you, we would have left you to be killed by Shredder. As for our names, I'm Donatello, and these are my brothers, Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo. The rat is our sensei, Master Splinter. Mind telling us who you are? My name is Varys Greenleaf, and I am the second daughter of Legolas Greenleaf, King of Mirkwood of Middle-earth, and I'm here to request for help. Dun dun dun.
Oh my god, it's a Lord of the Rings crossover.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who would have thought it in the world of fan fiction?
Right? Okay. Leo, Don, Raph, Mikey, and Master Splinter sat around the mysterious woman. Mikey couldn't help but notice a strange dragon-shaped scar on her left cheek just below her eye. So, what gave you that scar? He asked nervously. This? She pointed at it. He nodded. It's no scar. Only a true warrior of the art of the dragon wears such symbols. Mikey, stop asking weird questions, Don advised. Wait. But it was Leo who asked. It doesn't matter. So, your name is Varys Greenleaf, daughter of Legolas Greenleaf. She nodded. If you're truly from Middle-earth... Oh, they know about Middle-earth. How did you get here? To New York City? I do not wish to give you the details, for I do not know them myself. All I can tell you is that my father needed help because some mysterious life form that calls itself the Shredder has taken over Mirkwood and imprisoned my father. He would have imprisoned me as well if my mother... Sharika hadn't performed her last spell to send me here to find help. Okay, sure. So Shredder is taking over Middle-earth,
Yes.
starting with Mirkwood. Cool. But how can the Shredder be here in New York City and in Mirkwood at the same time? Leo asked. Varys did not reply at once. Okay. He entered the portal my mother created just before it closed. Since then, he has been trying to dispose of me. Leo stepped in front of her. So let me get this straight, woman. My name is Varys. All right, Varys. You came here to New York to find help because the Shredder has been up to no good and has taken over your home. When your mother sent you here, you accidentally had him come with you, and, to make matters worse, he's trying to kill you. Am I missing anything? No, that is all. Please, will you come with me to Mirkwood and stop... Hang on. If the biggest problem here is that Shredder is threatening Middle-earth,
Well, he's not
And
doing it
that
while he's
they-
in New York City, is he?
and that they can't beat him because he's too strong, yet in the opening scene of this fic, the turtles bested him to save her, and he's now stuck in New York, then he's not threatening Middle-earth anymore. I'm going to see how we get out of this one. Okay, cool. No, that is all. Please, will you come with me to Mirkwood to stop him? The Shredder knows, but he's not in Mirkwood. The Shredder knows that I came here to find help, and even if I find none, I would return home just to stop him. We must have returned to Mirkwood by now. How? Your mother's the one with the teleporter. How did he take over? Dawn asked curiously. Isn't Mirkwood one of the strongest elven
How
realms?
the fuck would you know, Dom?
Ah.
Like, she's just appeared when I'm from Mirkwood. Like, what?
And me da, Legolas, right? And me mother. Oh shit, I lost where I was. That's fine.
At
It's fine.
first,
It's
Varys.
fine. Blah, 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 blah. How did he take over? Dawn asked curiously. Isn't Mirkwood one of the strongest elven realms? At first, Varys looked surprised at his knowledge, but it slowly changed to sadness. It was one of the strongest, at least before the ring was destroyed. Mirkwood suffered the most out of all Middle-earth. How, I know not. I was off in Rivendell waiting for my father to return home. To how the Shredder took over Mirkwood, he snuck into the castle while we were asleep and captured it. We were all asleep. That's how he took over. No one spoke. Varys placed her chin in her hands and looked at Master Splinter with hopeful eyes. He sighed. Varys, how can I and my sons be of help to you? I don't know why he sounds like that. We do not know how to get you home in Middle-earth. I wish I could, but I don't know how to reopen a portal. Well, apparently Shredder does. Varys informed him. I'll take care of that part, Dawn said, interrupting her.
He's well known for his magic use.
Yeah. If you come, I will take you to the rebel camp. And the captain... The rebel camp? The captain will explain how we're going to take the Shredder down. She continued as if nothing had happened. Taking down Dave. Master Splinter was about to say something, but Mikey beat him. Of course we'll help you, he told her, smiling. It's what we do best. Save Middle-earth. You will? Mikey nodded. That's a weird sentence. Oh, thank you, friends. In German, how did he say it?
Meloch.
In Lichten. Varys hugged him. Mikey looked at Dawn and mouthed, What's melanin mean? Dawn mouthed back, My friend. Elven. Well, it seems that Mikey has spoken for all of us.
Don
Now-
speaks Elvish.
Of course he does. Now you can lead us to where you first stepped here, Leo asked. I believe we have spent far too much time here. After all, Mirkwood does require help. Back in Mirkwood, in the dungeon, Legolas leaned against a wall with his back to the door. Back in Mirkwood, in the dungeon, Legolas leaned against the wall with his back to the door. He could not let mortals see him crying. He had been recently informed that his beloved wife was dead, and that his only living daughter would soon join her. How could something like this have happened? No one knew how to get into Mirkwood except for the elves. Apparently he just went to sleep, dude. That's what it was. Great spirits, he thought. Guide my daughter to safety. Help her make it through these times. I can only hope that she's currently safe. Chapter 3. In Mirkwood. The Shredder sat on his throne. Oh, he's got a throne. Sat on his throne, debating whether or not he should return to New York to finish the girl completely off. Legolas had been told about his daughter joining her dead mother. He was a mess. He smiled. If he couldn't rule Earth, he would rule Middle-earth. A foot soldier approached. He knelt at his feet. Rise, the Dark Lord ordered. My lord, there's been another rebellion. The Shredder growled. These pathetic life forms don't know when to give up, do they? He snarled after growling. I want that rebellion taken care of immediately. The foot soldier bowed and left to fulfill his orders. Back in New York, Varys stood as Don worked on whatever it was he was working on. She glanced at all the wires and the screws that were on his table. Remind me, how is this supposed to work? And what is it? I'm going to build a teleport machine, and we're going to use it to get to Mirkwood. Why not just use magic? Do you know how to use a teleporting spell? Leo asked. She shook her head, not took it. Well, we don't use magic here. This is the best we can do for now. Varys slowly nodded, still confused, but let it be. Don stood up. It's done, he said, holding up a remote. Varys, you're going to take us with you where you first got her. That way, we don't just end up teleporting directly into Mirkwood Palace. She nodded. Very well. Hey, I've got a question, Mikey said. If Mirkwood's been taking over, what about the rest of Middle-earth? Wouldn't there be a rebellion or something? Who knows, Mikey? Only Elbereth and my brethren who have become one with the stars would know. Oh, no, that's the final chapter. Shit. What?
That is the end.
Oh, published in 2017. We will never know how this story ends.
Secrets will be lost to time.
Never actually saw the turtles get to Middle-earth, but at least Legolas is crying in a dungeon.
Well, that one was sorted for Hat, because turtles and, Lord of the Rings. To be fair,
I can dig it.
I tried to find so many different things. V Rising and Satisfactory and Ferris Bueller's Day Off and The Flight of Dragons. So many things, and every single one of them was porn or boring. Or both.
I'm still curious how they fucked up Satisfactory in the Terminator crossover, although I do appreciate that they smelted them for iron ingots, because that's what I would do.
Exactly. It was that was the only interesting part of it. Okay, so what time is it? Shit. Okay, we're running out of time.
We got 25 minutes.
I really wanted to get to Sonic EXE because I started reading it and it seemed like it would be great, but also Danny's here and I haven't touched Ito's Star Fox request. We haven't done Huskers. He's not quite here, but we haven't done them. Right, so Cisco, do we do the Sonic one, the Danny one, the Ito one?
There's also
the Husker one.
The one that I wanted to end on.
The one you want to end on, which shouldn't be now because you want to end on it. So which one should we do? Speak
Well,
to me.
you do one husk around here, so do the Danny one.
The long one. Oh, it was also a Meeks one. Fuck you, Meeks, for missing it. All right.
Yeah, Meeks. Quitter.
How long is it? Oh, that's quite long.
I won't go through all of it though, because at a certain point it just stops being interesting. All right.
I need to pee. Well, you start. I will pee.
It has a fairly ominous title, but it's not that ominous. Right. This was going to make Meeks ejaculate, but Meeks ain't here. In my dreams. Are you ready, Danny? Then I'll begin. Okay, here we go. You'll figure out what it's about when it gets there. There was a green fire everywhere. The air was hardly breathable. Instead of sky, there was just black. And monsters were attacking anyone they were seeing. If Scar ever wanted to forget he was in hell, it would be a hard task. The dark-maned lion walked towards a woman with curly grey hair who had an appointment. She told him earlier that she had an appointment, and that if he went to the appointment, an important matter would be discussed, which made him curious enough to accept the appointment and see her in private. "Oh, you're here, Kitty," she laughed when he arrived. He contained his anger at this nickname, as he replied sarcastically, "Very funny. Now, what did you want to tell me?" The woman was opening her mouth when he heard squeaking. Then a voice made Bruno suddenly wake up from his strange dream, confused. Recognizing the voice of his twin sister, Giulietta, he got up from his hammock to go down the stairs of his room to the kitchen. There he found her and their mother sitting, ready to eat breakfast at the dining table. "You're finally here," beamed his sister. "Sit down and we'll eat." He nodded with shyness before joining them. Now sat and ready to eat, he thought about the strange dream that he'd just had. It had seemed so familiar to him, as if it was an actual memory of something he'd lived. He didn't, of course, and he didn't remember ever being a lion, so it couldn't have been a memory. He also didn't recognize the woman in his dream. As he was stuck in his head, his second twin sister, Pepper, suddenly arrived in a hurry. She quickly ate something on the table before she finally ran towards the door of their house as their mother was yelling to her, "Pepper, come back here." "I can't," replied his sister. "I have a date with Felix." At the info, their mother was sighed, regretting. "That girl is literally obsessed with that boy and his, well, he's somewhat worthy, so it shouldn't be a problem the day they get married, but I'd prefer she thinks about duties rather than that damned boyfriend." "They actually look like they'll get married." "That's true," approved Giulietta with a kind smile. As his mother was turning to him, Bruno guessed she wanted his opinion on the matter, which meant doing a vision about it. While he didn't really want to, he still sighed before agreeing. "I'll look into it." "Good," smiled his mother, nodding in satisfaction. Bruno hurried to finish his plate before he returned to his room so he could go into his vision cave. There he prepared his tools. He needed to look into the future, all while feeling something boiling in him. He remembered his dream as he sat, then lighted the leaves, weirdly shriveling. He, as usual, convinced himself that it was only a dream. Nothing to worry about then. He took a big breath, closed his eyes, breathed again, then focused on the events to come regarding his sister and her boyfriend. What he saw first was Pepper and Felix happily married, with 3 beautiful children. He estimated there was a girl and 2 boys, before the vision changed suddenly to show a lion smiling at him. That startled him. Then, as he was having the courage to look more into that, the lion suddenly jumped at him, covering him in sand. Memories came back to him. Finally he smiled. "I remember now, and I want to get my revenge." Bruno, whose real name was actually Scar, got up, ready to return to his kingdom and kill his nephew Simba. Then he hurried down the stairs with the intention to immediately kill him. However, as soon as he got there, he got stopped by Alma, his so-called mother, who looked at him expectantly while asking, "So, did you look into your sister's future?" Don't bother me like that, woman. You better leave me. I beg your pardon, she replied with a scary face. How dare you talk to me like that, to your own mother? While he wanted to tell her off, he found himself frozen, unable to answer anything besides an apology. On the inside, he blamed Bruno for it, not understanding how and why he has reincarnated as someone so weak and Colombian, even though he guessed it was probably part of his punishment. Oh no. Not too long afterwards, he ended up being back in his room, not exactly sure what to do. He looked at the rats that were circling him, remembering with bitterness how he used to just eat them when he was still a lion, a big, strong, sexy lion. Again, he blamed Bruno for it, since he felt his part of him wouldn't appreciate it if he killed and ate them. As he was musing on a solution to be able to leave and kill his bastard nephew, he saw Giulietta passing the entrance of his sleeping quarters. He growled inside at seeing her looking at him with worries, as if she was a pathetic being, just like her brother. I heard Mama yelling at you. I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry you have to live through her yelling at you. She can be a real bitch. Oh, you mustn't feel sorry for me, he replied in a sweet voice and a smug smile. It's not a female who'll scare me. Female? She reacted, visibly surprised and upset, before shaking her head. Whatever, she said, then smiled lightly. I'm happy you're not hurt. Yeah, everything's all right. No worries. Hakuna Matata. She looked at him again, slightly puzzled, then approached to hug him tightly, which made Scar growl and blame Bruno again for letting her hug him. He always loved hugs when he was him. Now that he was Scar again, he wasn't sure how he would survive in this place with these people hugging him. He had to find a way to return to Pride Rock and kill that bastard nephew. Years passed. He tried and failed to bypass the mountains, making him start researching more deeply for a way to succeed, before something happened that reminded him of bad memories. Giulietta gave birth. The human baby was rather small, but then everybody was, as always, cooing at him as if he was the most interesting thing in the universe. Everyone but Scar, who would have preferred to just eat him. He was trying to escape from town after all. This place was hell, but his sister thought he might be interested. He suspected they were trying to bring him back as he was before by making him in front of a cute infant. Thus he ended up looking at little Lizabelle. Isabel. Okay, it's one or the other. They're written right after each other. The little Annabelle, though she wasn't that interesting of a child, beside that she was the oldest, but most people are. Yes. He watched on the side to see Bruno's mother marvel. What a perfect little girl. She's so pretty that she looks just like an angel. I'm sure she'll have a wonderful gift. It definitely made him think about his stupid brother and even his stupider nephew. Not too long after that, about a month later, another girl was born, this time from Pepper. Ugh. I present you Dolores, she informed him with a smile. Not more interesting, still a baby, trapped in hell. End of fic. Danny. Thoughts? This is chapter 1 of question mark, and it was published last month. It might be updated. Do I need to keep you updated if this is updated? What do you mean, what was that? Clearly it was an Encanto and Lion King crossover where Scar is reincarnated as Bruno and then gets his memories back and spends his time trying to get back to Pride Rock to kill people.
While
even
people
though
shove babies in his face.
Even though, chronologically speaking, Mufasa would already be dead by that point, before Scar died. So
Well, he's wanting to kill Simba, isn't he?
he wants to kill his brother and his damn nephew. So
Maybe. Simba.
either way, glad you enjoyed it. In my dreams. Alright, Cisco, since we're sort of running out of time, is there any of yours that you want to do before...
Just the one.
So just the last one then?
Yeah.
Okay then. Hat. Do you want me to read
Yes.
Sonic.exe, The Dream Fairy, The Dream Killer, Ito's Beloved Star Fox, or my boyfriend is the Grim Reaper.
All right, I have an important question that could potentially be a spoiler.
Okay.
In Star Fox, is there a barrel roll joke?
I don't know.
Let's risk it. Let's go with Star Fox.
So there might be. I haven't read far enough through any of these. Oh, this is quite short. Good stuff. Oh, shit. Oh. Alright. Weird titles. Weird titles. This one, for when he's watching in the future, is for you, Ito, so listen up. The Angel Demon. Chapter 1, Meetings. Fox had different types of days. There were good days, there were his depressing receded. Sorry, I'm going to try this again. There were good days, there were his depression receded, where his illnesses went away temporarily, where he could just have fun and forget all his worries, where he could laugh and play and goof off and not worry about his asthma or that the devices on his legs would give out. Then there were his bad days, where he couldn't smile if his life depended on it, where he couldn't walk around without his breath leaving him and his legs aching, where he would probably have another attack if he even walked quickly. This is an awkward start for Star Fox. I'm sure he's fine, everybody. Today was a bad day. Sign-ups were normally fun and exciting. Picking a new recruit was a rare occurrence, and the team all enjoyed training them. Whether they were tall, short, thin, wide, whatever their gender and orientation may be, Star Fox picked a recruit based on heart. However, due to recent accidents concerning Fox's illnesses, the number of those signing up for Star Fox specifically dropped. Suddenly, Star Wolf was the better team to join. They didn't have impaired team members, and they were earning a shit ton more than Star Fox. How the hell has this happened? Fox didn't want to explain. I don't know if that was text or dialogue. Fox didn't want to explain. He was just glad that they had one sign-up. They needed an extra pair of paws, if you know what I mean. Yet the newest member was odd, to say the least. His files were quite the read, and might have entertained him had his migraines not been so bad. Poor Star Fox. Shadow the Hedgehog. No last name. I think you'll find his name is the Hedgehog. His name is Shadow. Odd, but not that uncommon. He's a father, married to Sonic the Hedgehog. Pretty well known on another planet, but not Fox's. He didn't bother reading anymore. The guy stood in front of him, silent and awaiting further orders. Fox stood, not replying when Skippy asked him if he needed help. "You're Shadow, right?" "That's me!" His response was curt. "Not a talker. Well then." Fox leaned against his desk as he examined the dark-furred, brilliant male before him. "And you do know this is Star Fox, correct?" Shadow simply nodded in response. He was far too cool to answer. Fox glanced back at Falco. "Take him to the ship. I'll wait with Peppy and finish the rest of the paperwork." "You sure you don't want me to?" Slippy began. "No." "I'll be fine." Fox cut him off. Then he headed out where Peppy was. His legs burned from the devices strapped to them malfunctioning. Sparks flying and his legs just breaking and flying off in different directions, I'm sure. But he ignored it. Today was not a good day. Time jump. The hall cleared out as the new recruits went to their respective teams. Sonic donned his coat as he hummed to himself, excited for Shadow. Sure, he'd miss his lover dearly, but they needed the money. I don't know why. Shadow would do great. He knew it. It was time for him to go home, see his darling children. "You left your kids at home?" He was making his way to the exit when someone called, "Hey you, blue hedgehog in the red coat." Sonic froze up, turning to the voice. "Yeah, you. We'll take you." It was a dashingly handsome grey wolf, adorned in a red and silver uniform. His shirt bore the insignia of Star Wolf. The wolf approached him as Sonic asked, "What?" "You're here to join Star Team, right?" "We'll take you." He crossed his arms and flashed a grin of sharp teeth. "Star Wolf will take you." The blue speedster took a breath. Join Star Team? Get back into action? It was tempting. His legs were twitching a bit. Sure they were. But he also thought of his babies at home. They're babies? You've left your infants? Hold on a minute. He then darted to the nearest washroom, his speed earning a whistle of approval from the wolf. Of course it did. Sonic yanked his phone from his pocket and pressed 1, speed dial, for the only person that he knew who would know the answer. It rang twice before the answering machine picked up. This is the number of Angie Cortex. If you are calling in regards to my art school, press 1. If you are calling in regards of my fireworks shop, press 2. If you are calling in regards to my 2 sons, fuck off. If you are calling in regards of my hospitals, please hang up and call 911. You are a fucking idiot. If you are calling in regards of my writing website, fucking email me. If you are Sonic, press 3. He pressed 3, and Angie herself picked up. Children are fine, Sonny. Oh no, sorry. that's not what they call them. Children are fine. Sonny is sleeping. Davy is eating. Thanks for the update. Now a question. Should I join Starwolf? Why the hell not? Sounds like a fucking good time, and we know that Crash likes when the babies stay for a while. Crash as in Crash Bandicoot?
Maybe?
Thanks. He hung up and took a deep breath. Then he reached out to where the wolf waited patiently. Done? He asked politely. Oh. Done? Done? I don't know how you do that politely. Sonic nodded. Yeah. And yeah. I'm here to join a star team. Excellent. My name's Wolf. Wolf O'Donnell. He held out his hand and Sonic took it. I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. Husband of Shadow. He chirped as he firmly shook. Wolf grinned. Great to have you. Follow me and we'll fill out all the necessary paperwork. Rightio, Captain, he smiled as the wolf led him away. The other male chuckled. It's just Wolf. That's the end of the fiction that was written in 2015, so this will not be updated.
It's definitely going to be updated any moment now.
Okay, well, Ito, in the future, that was your Star Fox request. How long are we? Oh, we got 10 minutes. I'm assuming yours are shorter than 10 minutes?
It's short, yeah.
We will do the first few of this one then, because it made me laugh. Okay. Because we're getting very close to midnight. Sonic.exe. Psychological damage, that's what you're going to get. Okay. Whew. The beginning. Walking home from school for the summer break, full stop. You're excited for the summer break, full stop. You want to play games, write song, draw art. You are good with those 3 things, but mostly you're a gamer girl. On your way home, you see a garage seal. I think it's supposed to be sale. Nearby seeing... Oh, God. On your way home, you see a garage seal. Nearby seeing some of them are interesting. Walking over to it, there was an old man sealing them, maybe around his 70s or 80s. He looks at you and smiles. Hello, young lady, may I help you? He said in a raspy little... He said a raspy in his voice. You smile kind to him. As you look around, you see 3 game discs. Yes, may I buy these 3 game discs? You said. The old man smiled. Of course, they are free, he smiles. You smile, he smiles, he gives you the discs. Thank you, sir, have a nice day, you said as you waved goodbye. The old man walked home. Time skip. You walk in your house, putting your stuff in your room. Your parents are gone for a trip as you play the games you bought from the old man. You look at the game discs. One said Sonic.exe, another says Shadow.exe, and the last says Silver.exe. What is exe? Maybe it is hacked games, you ask yourself out loud. You were a Sonic fun, not like a crazy fun girl type, like a calm girl type. Sonic, Shadow, Silver are my favourite characters of all the Sonic team, so you play Sonic.exe and starts the game. Time skip. after you play the 3 games. After playing the 3 games, you are scared out of your mind, taking deep breaths as you look at the computer and gasp. When you see Sonic, Shadow and Silver.exe staring at you, "You're next," written in text as you calm down. "Don't worry, it's just a game, not real," you said to yourself as you walk down stairs and make you walk down stairs, making you a sneak. I think it's make yourself a snack. A dark laughter from those 3 hedgehogs as computer shuts off. Time skip. You get tired as you walk upstairs till you lay down on your bed, taking a deep sleep in dreamland. You didn't notice that the hedgehog's watching you smirking. Will she be an EXE? What? Ask the white one. Not yet. We have to make her our slave, and if she disobey us, she'll be an EXE. The blue one said as the black one stares at you, not saying anything. The hedgehogs disappear into smokes as the dream turns into a nightmare.
Oh no.
In your dream, you are in Green Hill as everything is normal. You smile as you walk around, not realizing you're being watched. As you were walking, you felt something off looking around. You see a dead flower and some dead animals, making you gasp in horror. What happened here? You asked yourself as the world turned from good to bad. You walk to the water as it was red, and you notice you're a favorite color hedgehog. Cisco, what's your favorite color?
Red.
You are a red hedgehog. You gasps and looks at yourself in shock because you are a red hedgehog. As you are looking at yourself, you hear 3 voices laughing as you begin to run as fast as you can, but some forces you from running. It takes you back. No, let me go. You struggle to break free, but the forces are strong. It's no use, Meeks, said a voice as you turn around to see 3 hedgehogs smirking at you. What do you want? You whimper as the blue hedgehog walk up to you, rubbing your cheek. We are here for slave, and you're the perfect one, he said. The other 2 nod agreed. You wanted to move away from his hand, but can't. To you, one wrong move, and you'll die by the hands of these demon hedgehogs. No, I don't want to, you yell, quite, as the black one stares at you angrily. You have no choice, little Meeks. Either be our slave or die, he yelled, making you nod from fear. The white one smiled evil. Good girl, Meeks. Now it's time for you to wake up. Don't try and call for help, because no one will believe you, the white one said as you feel yourself waking up as the hedgehogs wave for you at goodbye. See you soon, Meeks, they say as your world went black. You wake up sweating as you look around your room. It was just a dream. Yeah, just a dream. They're not real. They're not real. You said to yourself, oh, how wrong you were. Once you look at the wall and gasps, when you see 3 hedgehog dolls with black eyes and blood runs down, 1 Sonic, 1 Shadow, 1 Silver, above them were words written in blood. See you soon, Meeks.
Is that the end?
A short author note. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Well, that's very polite.
Chapter-
I hope they're having a very nice day too.
Chapter 3. The dolls are moving and snuggling.
Oh no. Are we getting into...
I hope not, because the author seems quite young. I'm hoping...
We got 2 minutes
scan.
left. Hopefully not.
Let's scan this quickly. No. They do... Okay. You back away from the dolls as they slowly look at you and smirks. It freaks you out a bit and you run across your room. You look for sharp objects to kill the dolls. Running to the kitchen, you pick up a large knife and it looks for the dolls. You hear cute little giggles and turn around quickly. Suddenly you feel sharp pain on your legs and scream before falling down and look at your legs, seeing a blue hedgehog biting your ankles. He smirks at you and hugs your ankle. You taste great, slave, he said as he nuzzles your leg. You think it's cute, but it's also creepy as you about the doll, but quickly move away as you end up cutting your foot. I think she tried to stab the doll, but he moved. You whimper in pain as you tried to get up, but falls down. The shadow doll is walking to you and watches you as the silver one chuckles to you. It's no use of fighting us. You have no choice, he said, as they walk to you, smirking, as you crawling backwards, closing your eyes. You felt the three of them hugging you, and as you open your eyes, they're all snuggling you. You slowly hug them gently as they make a low purr, and you slowly smile. Maybe it's not that bad that they just want snuggles. You see that Shadow was staring at you, and it creeps you out a little. You're coming with us, he said, as they smirk, and you teleport you to their world as they take you to a dungeon-like room. As they show you a mirror as you look at yourself, you hedgehog that was in your dreams as you were shocked. Welcome home, they said, and smirk at you. The end.
Okay, that's disturbing.
The end, Cisco. It can't be disturbing. Right, which one did you want to... We've hit midnight.
I
Which...
think it's the fourth one down, that one.
Is this a return?
Yes, this is a return.
Is this the return? Okay. Okay. Hey, that should fit. The Return of the Doots. Oh, how are you even going to read this? Okay, best of luck, Cisco.
And he was saying Meeks because we used Meeks earlier and
Yeah, your name here was Meeks
in
earlier.
Meeks' story, so it was just a...
Or the yes/no. Who are you wanting? Are you wanting me to take a part of this?
No, I'll read.
You're doing the whole thing? Okay.
This was... This...
It's the Return of the Doots. What
yeah,
are you...
it was the Doot clan.
There's
This
There's
was
no
a
explanation required. It's the Return of the Doots.
The Doctor. Oh no. No. I'm going down. The Doctor. Hold on. Boom. At the lair. Donny, did you hear that? Donny. Yes, I did. Leo, let's go check it out. Donny. Okay. In the TARDIS. The Doctor. Let me check if there was any damage. The Doctor. No damage. That's a relief. Outside the TARDIS. Leo. What is that? Donny. It says public call box. Leo. But it can't be. It fell from the sky. Donny. So who do you think's in it? Leo. The door is opening. Hide. The Doctor. So it looks like I'm in New York City. Mickey. What are you hiding from?
Heeding.
Oh, sorry, yes. What are you hiding from? The Doctor. Who's there? Leo. Nice going, Mickey. You've blown our cover. The Doctor. Talking turtles? Leo. Halt Villon.
Halt Villion.
The Doctor. Who are you calling Villon? Leo. Sorry, Donny. Leo. We don't know if he's good or bad. The Doctor. I'm good. Mickey. You are tricking us. Donny. No, he's not, Mickey. You can tell by the tone of his voce. Leo. We should go now. Mickey. Bye, smoke bomb. The Doctor. Where did they go? No matter. I can track them down. At the lair. Leo. Master Splinter. I saw a man who came out of a blue box, and the blue box fell from the sky. Do you know what it is? Master Splinter. I don't know what it is. And who the man is. The Doctor. I'm the Doctor. Leo. How did you find us? The Doctor. That's easy. For me, I have... Oh, God. Since on my side. Donny, you're a sinsist. The Doctor. More than that, I'm a time traveller. Donny. Time travel? No, you're not. The Doctor. Oh, yeah. Watch this.
Whack this.
Whack this.
Oh, yeah. Whack this.
Leo, where did that blue box come from? The Doctor. I told you, I'm a time traveller, and that's my time machine. Get him, Cyberman 1. Deliat. The Doctor. No, you're not. Cyberman 1. Deliat the Doctor. The Doctor.
No, you're not deleting me. So bye-bye. Donny, what is that and how did you kill it? The doctor, this is my enemy and I killed it with my sonic screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Donny, what's your enemy called? The doctor, the Cybermen. The end.
The end. Ah, well, it's not the dudes.
He's a scientist.
Jasper's not happy with that. I am a scientist. And my screwdriver. Ah, science. Well, hey, we didn't get through all of them, but that's okay.
We never do. I mean, we always end up picking way too many to get through.
Yeah. Huskers, I think, the main one I missed. Oh, and my boyfriend is the Grim Reaper. That one sounded interesting, but that's fine. You know what? It wasn't too bad. We've had way worse stories than this in the past.
Much worse.
Ones that really injured our brains.
Well, I mean, again, this time we definitely tried to make sure that we didn't have any...
We didn't have to keep stopping when we found out that it was turning into a non-consensual sexual assault fantasy halfway through some of them. Yeah, we tried to skim them and make sure we wouldn't run into too many of those. We still did. Do you remember that Buffy one that we nearly got for Meeks, which just turned into a gangbang at the end?
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird. Hey, Val.
And so many crossovers.
Crossovers are the thing. Well, I don't know when we'll be doing another one of these in the future.
It will be a good way. We
Unfortunately
it
for
takes a lot
Cisco,
of setup and stuff.
Unfortunately for Cisco, it won't be too much longer until we're doing something fairly similar to this, though.
What are we doing?
Oh, have you blocked that out of your memory?
What
Have you blanked that? So you can look forward to that around Halloween time. Oh, did you forget it, did you? Did you forgot it? So that'll be good. Next time we do one of these, Hat, we will definitely have something for you to read. This time I couldn't quite find anything I thought would be of your talents.
I mean, he made a great Meeks' dad.
Yes, you played the part of Meeks' father particularly well.
I mean, it wasn't too hard to figure that out, though. I mean, it's just screaming in all caps.
It's just becoming a DILF. You're there. I mean, what do you want,
It's true. It's true. Well, 85.63% true.
Which is the best point. That's fine. We have plenty lurkers on this stream. Nobody has to speak up. We don't need people to out themselves. I'm not outing some of the other people who I know are listening in the background. Hello, people from previous streams.
And welcome.
And meow.
We're not really a reading story stream. This was just, the By the Fireside is specifically aimed at finding
daft things to read.
Yeah, mainly. It's the story equivalent of a bad movie is what we're looking for. And much like with actual bad movies, you have to watch a fuck ton of really boring crap to find the few diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, we've read these stories to you tonight, and we haven't got to all of them, but we have also read hundreds of fictions, fan and otherwise, this week. Cisco was off work, and we wasted the time reading the worst stuff. A lot of them were very boring. A lot of them were very inappropriate. A lot of them were fantasy fulfillment, and there's an awful lot of people who want to do rape or be raped. That's all I can gather from the majority of the stuff I ended up reading.
It is a lot of it is quite clearly young people who
Exploring
are,
their
which
in a safe way, which is fine.
Which is fine. It is interesting, an interesting quirk of sort of life that in these days we kind of get to see that. Whereas back when I was a kid, back in the olden
Writing
days,
your dirty stories and hiding them under your bed.
nobody got to see the horrible shit that was written
Well,
down.
we've moved into a completely different era now, as we said earlier, where not just did we have to read through a bunch of shit, we had to read through an awful lot of just AI-generated stories. People now, on a lot of these fan fiction and other sites, just copy and paste crap that AI has generated for them. They give it a premise of their favourite show, ask it to generate something, then just paste it onto the sites. And it's all bad in a completely different way.
But it's not an interesting way. I think, like I said at the beginning, like some of the crossovers we found where somebody's writing a story, like a fanfic story that's 450,000 words, and you're like, okay, there's a lot. Like it's not for me, but there's a lot of love and passion gone into that, a lot of effort, as opposed to putting something into a prompt. I think the other thing that I really learned is that there is a great need for education about consent within the young people of the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's one of the big ones. There's also an awful lot of kidnapped by.
Yeah.
Point of view, you are kidnapped by Andrew Garfield. You are kidnapped by One Direction. You are kidnapped by insert name here. It's prolific and it's a bit odd, but again, it's a safe space for them to write their stuff. I'm glad they do. Which is why every fan fiction or fiction we read on here, I go through, leave the appropriate likes, kudos, or encouraging short comment, because they should all continue their writing. I don't want to put anybody off. And yes, happy birthday to Hat, which was yesterday for us, but still today for him. And yes, it was our anniversary today, and we spent it doing this. So,
Yes,
huzzah!
Thank you, Hat, for spending your birthday doing this with us.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure. I mean, where else am I gonna pretend to be Meeks' dad?
There is nowhere else you can pretend to be Meeks' dad. It is only here.
Bring. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
We will be back next week. That is almost a threat. With I hope
not this.
I hope no fan fictions. It depends if Husker gets upset that I didn't get to his and he demands I read it. I don't know. We will be back with something, and I'm sure it'll be nice and pleasant. Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed the stories you got. And if you didn't get any, well, sorry. There's always next time. Relaxing by the Fireside 5. Do you want to wish everybody a good night?
Yes. Good night, everybody. And see you next week.
Good night, everybody.